Guys. Want to welcome you to this. It might seem like an impromptu live. We've got a special guest. Always a pleasure to have singers, singers, producers, songwriter. One of the '90s and and the 2000s most prolific producers, Mr. Tim Kelley. How you doing?
I'm good, man. How you doing, family?
Doing good, doing good.
Good, man.
Uh,
Man, hey, you looking different now from the last time, man. You looking like real professional now.
yeah.
So I got to put my professional hat on, man.
No, no. And I've also got a good friend. He's an actor. He's a producer, screenwriter, as well as a musician. A kanji, but he goes by AK.
Yeah,
How you doing?
good man. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm in the presence of greatness. So as soon as you told me about this, that Tim might be around, I was like, yo, give me some questions. Like I got some childhood questions to ask him. You know what I mean? So,
Oh man, that's my brother right there, man. Now you family now, man. So we're gonna get it going, man.
love.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, if you think about it, um, some of the songs of a generation came from with Tim and his then production partner Bob. Um, we had Jimmy and Terry, we had Ellie and Babyface, and then just then we had the '90s. You guys came through, and timeless music. And I always remember that you caught you Tim will always talk about Jimmy and Terry's harmonies, but
Mm,
Right.
your backgrounds on your songs is the distinctive stuff. The guy who used to bring in to do all the background vocals. It's almost like it just always tells you that okay, this is a jam and stuff.
Yeah.
So
You know what, man? I don't know it's really weird, man. It's like I really gravitated more towards Jimmy and Terry, man. And I always told them guys, and they was like, "Hey, man, keep it live, man. Keep it alive. Just do what you do, man." So I don't know. I just kind of like, I guess, I mean, we wasn't trying to be like them, but it's just that we just knew so much harmony, man. So we would take. It's weird. We would take like some of the notes and make sure we put it at the bottom instead of the top. You know what I mean? Or like
yeah,
one L was at the bottom, we put it at the top. We just always did different things, like depending on where the melody was. But we made sure we did that, man. So you know what I mean? The harmonies can really sound really good, man.
yeah. Well, okay. I mean, I'm sure there's a few questions you have because being a producer yourself. What Tim?
uh, First of all, I just want to say, like, yo, you guys' contributions to music, and particularly like the music I grew up on, was crazy. From like your work with,
Thanks, man.
I remember like hearing Dong Song. You know what I mean? I remember hearing that
Right.
record, a singer in the UK called Ricardo Williams played that to me. He was a year older than me. We went to school together. We were in the gospel choir together. I remember hearing that identifying string line, the kind of Eleanor Rigby kind of bum,
Yeah.
bum, 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 and I was like, "What the hell is this?" Because I messed with Drew Hill a lot, and then when that Unleash the Dragon came out, and I heard that, I was like, "Oh, this is going to be a single," and it was crazy. And obviously that's been an enduring hit record. Tamia records you produce, like which has stood the test of time. Donell Jones records, like, but the question that I have to ask, because um Nandi and I did a a chat like a few days ago, and it was like about 2001, because I consider myself a bit of an aficionado of that album. Like that album changed my ears as a it made me want to start making beats, but also just changed my hip hop ears. And I think it's like the greatest engineered and greatest produced hip hop album like ever. And I know it front to back. I know so much of the lore. One question I have to ask you, and we talked about it on the chat, was that when I remember maybe 98 reading an issue of Vibe, Mace's on the cover, and they talked about what was coming up for Dre. And it was like, yo, he's working with Tim and Bob. He's got these two records, Hey You and Malibu Dre. Now, Hey You leaked at the beginning of, or at some point in COVID. And I remember hearing that and being like, yo, this is dope. And like, there's a guy called 92 Bricks, who's an incredible Dr. Dre fan. He posted it
Yeah, I
up.
met him before. Yeah, you're right.
Bricks, yeah. And but the one that all the Dre fans and all the fans of 2001 want to know about is this mythical song called Malibu Dre. And I just want to about that tune. One, if you have it still. One, what it sounds like what the thing about that is, because it's so mythical. Because that was talked about as it was going to be the lead single.
Yes, you're right. You're right about that.
Yeah, it was going to be the lead single, and no one has.
Here's what happened, man. So it was a guy we call like our uncle because he was really good friends with our manager. His name was Big Chuck.
Big Chuck, yeah, Big Chuck.
Yeah, Big Chuck.
Yeah, Big Chuck Stanton. Chuck Stanton, yeah.
Exactly, man. That's our guy, man. So what happened was already, from a lot of the guys that was coming in through Dart back then, like Q-Tip, Busta Rhymes, I don't know. I mean, you name it, man. Everybody was coming in back then, man. I just really, I already was a fan of hip hop, but I actually learned how to sample and how to do hip hop and how the drums should sound and how you do it and everything. So what happened is I just started really getting into that. So if you take all our music, if you strip all the music off, a lot of those records, man, they're hip hop records. You know what I mean? So I just started just messing around and doing them, man. So I had the beats because I did most of the beats for me and Bob. Bob didn't do any beats. So I was just messing around one day and I just tucked some away, right? And I didn't think nothing of it. You know what I mean? I was like, this might be for somebody. So Big Chuck told me, he was like, hey man, I'm going to go work with Dre, man. And he was living in Atlanta with us at the time. So he was right down the street. So he said, hey man, send me some beats and let me show him the Dre, man. I was like, all right, man, he ain't gonna like this, man. You know what I'm saying? So I sent him like about 5 or 6 beats, man. Come to find out, man, so Chuck called and was like, hey, man, Dre is going crazy over you, man. I'm like, are you serious, man? Like, yeah, man, like, you're going to be the first one that did a beat on him, man. Like, he wants to fly you out and have you do some beats. I was like, are you serious, man? I didn't think he was serious, man. You know what I mean? I didn't. Yeah. But anyway, I got there. Dre was like, hey, man, you know what? This is gonna be the first single right here. Sent it off to Jay-Z. So Jay-Z wrote most of it, and then Dre heard it, and then he put his lyrics in there. And he was like, "All right." I was at the studio, man, and so first I was at his house, and we was in his studio, and then I came home. I did some few beats there. Came to the studio, just waiting around to see when he was gonna call me. He was like, "Hey, I'm in the studio, man, around the corner from you guys. Come on over." I'm like, "Wow, this is crazy. It's about to really happen." You know what I mean? So we go in, and he was like, "Hey, man, you know what?" He said, "I know you engineer, you mix everything you do, but can I mess with it?" I'm like, "Hey, man, go ahead." So, he started messing with the track, man, and then I started messing with it. But when he started messing with it, it just sounded totally different, dude. I'm like, wow. So he went in the booth, and he just did his thing, man. He was like, "Hey, yo, this is the first single." So it went from the first single to not even on the album. I don't know what happened. I have no idea. I don't know if he changed directions or I don't know, man. But
so
it was just one of them things where I was just glad that I couldn't believe that he's in the booth on one of my beats. Put it that way. You know what I mean? So
you mentioned that Jay-Z wrote the verse for that
yes, he did. Yeah.
Go on.
Matter of fact, man, on that album right there, Jay-Z was a ghostwriter, man. He wrote almost most of the album.
Because he did Still Dre. We know he did Still Dre.
Right.
We know he did Still Dre, and I think that was Steve Stout had sent him, had sort of brought him in to do that. But I had no clue that Hove had written more.
Oh yeah, he wrote the whole thing. He wrote the whole album. So what the process was is whatever Dre liked, he sent it to Jay-Z, and when Jay-Z sent it back, he just was like, you know what? I wouldn't say this. I wouldn't say that. And so he just changed that up a little bit. And then that was it. You know what I mean? So it'd be like maybe like 70-30, put it that way. Like Jay-Z wrote 70%, and then Dre would change it just a little bit. And then we rock, man. You know what I mean? That's how it went.
Crazy. So that's crazy.
I still got the tracks, but they off cassettes though, man. So they're not really like a good recording. But because when Dre did it,
yeah,
he gave us cassettes.
Yeah.
So he didn't give us CDs or nothing real clear or nothing like that. So I was like, oh man, I'll take. You know what? I was like, I'll take it. It don't matter. You know what I mean?
So you still have Malibu Dre?
I still got it. It's just not a real good clear. You know what I mean? I got 2 of them.
Wow.
Yeah. So out of 5 beats, he picked 2, and he rocked on them, man. That was one of the greatest days of my life, dude.
Yeah.
I realized, like, okay, I'm really doing something right. Because if Dre picking one of my beats, and he like, yo, man, you up there with anybody doing beats, man. And I was always confident, but it's really nice to know that somebody of his caliber, you know what I mean, like, really, like, think of you highly, man. So that was really a good testament, man. You know what I mean? And it had me, like, kind of, I don't know, like, I guess judge my beats a little more, like, okay, if he like these 2, then are these as good as those? Or, you know what I mean? So it kind of gave me like a measuring stick, man. You know what I'm saying? So he helped me out with that, man.
How come you didn't use the beats on somebody else if Dre didn't use it?
Because you know what? I was thinking, like, first of all, he sounds so crazy on it, number 1. Number 2, I was like, who would do them, man? It didn't sound like nobody else but him. So I didn't want to, chance it, because I was thinking, like, maybe he'll do a soundtrack and he'll put one of them on there. I don't know. I was scared,
Okay.
So you know what I mean? But
yeah, do you have his vocals? Do you have his vocals on the track or just the track?
No, he's on the vocals. The ones I got, he's on both of the vocals. Yeah. So on tracks rather. So
okay,
I'll make sure I send them to you guys. Man.
Okay. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. You know what? You're gonna make my younger self like that will blow my mind. And like, obviously, full respect. I ain't trying to like get stuff. I'm still trying to work my way into the aftermath. You know what I mean? Into the vault, because I ain't trying to piss people off. But no, it's so interesting to hear that, because look, as fans, I was talking to, the last conversation that I had with Nandi, we was talking about the 2001 album, and it's so folkloric for a lot of like beat makers and hip hop heads, because the information regarding it was so scarce. And I was making a point about, like, in modern times, because everything is so accessible and we're given so much information and we're inundated, and also because participation culture, everyone feels that they can participate. You hear people talking about Dre's beats or Primo's beats as though they are peers with those people. But to my point, like, because information was so scant and things didn't get leaked and all that, when you get even a sliver of something, it's like getting the Holy Grail, if you see what I'm saying. I'm sure you could see my mouth was like open, like, wow, because these things I've literally been talking about them since 98, 99, since I heard there was a song called Malibu Dre, since I heard there was a song called Hey You that Tim and Bob did. I was like, where is this song? Where is it? And this is me, a kid from East London, and I know about it. And you guys are in ATL and all of that. So it just told you the enduring power of legacies and of great work as well. Because, look, your pedigree stands on its own. You produce some like classic records, man. And I don't even need to stand here and overdo the praise, even from the fact that when I hear the string section on Slow Down by Bobby Valentino, and that kind of orchestral hit, that kind of orchestral kind of thing, and you've got some classic records on you, man. Like classic.
Thanks, man.
No. I'm just telling you stuff that you probably heard 1,000 times, but it's just important to just give the flowers in that way, man, because the way you talk about Dr. Dre, hearing your record that you've made on him, and then that validating you see what I'm saying? Like, you must realize that if there's a young producer, that you basically, you're in the same position to do that for a young producer as well, because you've made classics and you've made things that still resonate in the they're on the black playlist, they're on the cultural playlist. You can't go to a party and you don't hear Slow Down or you don't hear Dong Song, so
right.
Yeah, I mean, even
listening.
What? Go ahead, sorry, go ahead, Tim.
No, I was gonna say, man, you know what? It's crazy that you're saying that, man. I want to let me clarify something, man, because I seen this post one day, and some dude was talking about Dre's not a producer. Did y'all see that?
I saw that we were talking about this in the last podcast, and I was furious.
Man, you know what? Let me clear this up real quick. All right, first let's describe what a producer is, because a lot of people out there need to know this, and up and coming guys. Okay, my son can make a beat. You know what I mean? So there's beat makers.
Yeah.
But then let's talk about the definition of a producer. A producer is if I hand you something and I'm like, hey man, check this out that I produced, man. So whatever you hearing, the end result, you know what I mean? Either if I did it on my own, or I had somebody else do it, or I had somebody play the guitar, or I played it because I can play guitar too, or if I had somebody play the bass on it, or if I did it because I can play the bass. I actually can play like 20 instruments, but a lot of times I don't play the guitar and bass on my songs. I have somebody else play it. You know what I mean? Yeah. So what I'm saying is, whatever the finished product is, man, I produced it.
Amen.
So whatever you hear when I put it in your hand, if I say I produced it, it has something to do with every part of it. Like whatever you hearing, that's what it is. So let's go ahead and clarify real quick what Dre is, man. Dre is a producer, dude. This dude is unreal, man. Seriously, man. I'm not just like blowing smoke up you guys, man, because you know a lot of people said that he is, man. Like I've been in there and I really produced some records on him, and I've seen him produce some records on himself, man. Like he's got a hand in everything, man. Like, oh, that don't sound right. Let's mic this up, man. Let's use this. He knows all the microphones. He knows all the presets. He knows all the, you know, the way you mic everything to EQ and to everything, man. This dude is really real, man.
Yeah.
I actually learned a lot from him, from working with him, man. Like he's that good, man. Like it shouldn't be another post like that about him, man, because
like
he's really real, man.
That was content. That guy was content farming, and I know it. I know he was content farming and rage baiting, because you saw basically the Avengers of hip hop producers come out and say like, nah, I've been there, I've seen it, I've like,
right.
And it's interesting because I did a film like 20 years ago now. It was a hip hop film. It was like the UK version of 8 Mile. It's called Life and Lyrics. I played a rapper in that. And the music was actually done by Che Vicious, who, you know, he worked on Lauryn Hill's album, but he was Aftermath staff for a long time. So he produced like the intro for Game's album. Che Pope, I'm sure you know him, a dope producer, dope guy, and he produced some stuff. So he recorded us.
Right.
He flew over to London. He even bought one of Dre's MPC 3000s with him. I've got a picture of like Kurzweil on the desk and the MPC 3000 and all that. And I was like, basically, this issue, I have it with me here. This issue of Scratch had just come out.
Okay.
It had just come out. So I had wild questions for Che because I knew of his work from Game's documentary album. So I was asking him questions. What's Dre like? Like, because I was Dre's like UK disciple. I would make all my beats would sound like Dre beats, like from the drums to that. I was Dre's disciple. You know what I mean? So I was asking him questions like, what's it like? He's like, he's a conductor. He's an orchestrator.
He's unbelievable, man.
Yeah. And so like, I'm a big student of music. I'm a big student and I'm a big fan of Quincy. And so it's like, I remember being like a kid and hearing those demos of that Michael did on Off the Wall, like Don't Stop Till You Get Enough, and those, he did some stuff on there. Him, Randy, and everyone got in and they did those basic tracks, and the tracks were kind of good. But when Quincy took them,
totally different
records.
It just was like from night and day, man. Right.
Night and day. And then further you add to that, like Quincy's a trumpeter and he plays keys, but Quincy didn't play trumpet on that. That's Cherry Hay. He brought in Cherry Hay, Sewing horns to give you that orchestration, but also the producing is knowing who to bring in and who not to bring in. Like
exactly, you're right about that.
Quincy's ability to bring all the best LA session musicians is what made that trilogy of 80s albums what they are. And then
I totally agree.
Bring in a Greg Fillinganes to play keys. You bring Steve Lukather. You bring the guys from Toto in to do that. And like you're giving it a sound. And like big respect to Michael. But Michael wasn't Prince in that sense. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
He wasn't Prince in that sense. Genius, God tier musician, but he wasn't like he wasn't. he needed a Quincy at that point, and he needed someone to come and do that. So I hate the arguments about what a producer does, because it's actually, it's a very hip hop minded thing.
Yeah, but I think when you had someone like Scorch
Scott
saying
Storch.
that he was the one that did all the, that he did the, he claims that he produced Still Dre because of the things he brought in. Those are the kinds of things that would then start to have people say, "Oh, you didn't really do that. Dre didn't really do the production." When you have someone like that standing through,
In fairness to Scott Storch, I don't think he ever came out and said he produced those. I think Scott Storch has always been very clear about saying, like, he played the keys and he played the identifying line in those records. I think what's happened is, because we have a thing in our culture, when you hear something that, oh, someone played the keys, you want to because you don't want to believe this thing is real. You don't want to believe Dre is that guy. So it's very easy to, oh yeah, I knew it. I knew he didn't do that work. I knew he was.
Yeah.
Like, no, there's 20 different versions that I've heard about of like Still Dre. There's a Snoop version, a Snoop. It's like,
you know what, man? Put it this way, man. I was there, so I can tell you exactly how it went down, man.
Yeah. Oh, go.
Scott Storch. You know what? Scott Storch did do everything, but Dre went back and put his touch on it. You know what I mean? Like, when he trust me, man. When he touched, man, them EQs and them gates and compressions, man, it turns to his record.
Yeah.
But Scott did do the track, though. I'm not gonna lie. He did the keys, he did the drums, he did everything on there, man. So Drake, what Dre did is just followed up, and I'm gonna tell you what was Dre's secret, man. How he would color, man, is he would gate, and I don't know if you know about the gate and compressions on the 4000 and
on the SSL.
On the SSL.
Yeah.
So that's what he would do. He would gate it. So he would gate it to a whole nother level, man. To like, you're like, that ain't gonna work, man. But man, when he done coloring, man, and like EQing and all that, man, it don't even sound like your record, man.
Yeah.
It sounds like something from him. It don't even sound like you didn't even have nothing to do with it, dude. That's how good he is, man.
And that's crazy. See that what you're talking about, because you said the 4000, and then my thing was like, oh yeah, because it's a SSL, and I think it was a G series as well that he rocked with.
Exactly. Yeah.
And the thing is, I'm like, I've maybe had the privilege of working on one of those boards maybe once or twice, and it wasn't even me. I was just in the studio, so I know how good Dre is with that board.
Oh my goodness!
But that's one of his gifts, is his engineering. Like with Namdi and I talked about, a DJ Quick and a DJ and a Dr. Dre kind of doing a whole conversation about that. But with those two guys, Quick and Dre, they are master engineers, and no one gives credit to the magic of what engineering does to a record. That's a key component of producing. That's absolutely something from just like a bedroom level to like world class. And you
know what's crazy? I'm gonna tell you what's crazy is, ever since we got in the industry, because I went to engineering school when I was in Detroit. Yeah. So I've been engineering our records, man, ever since then. But when I met Dre, I also worked on Quick, by the way. Me and Quick worked on a couple of Snoop records, man. So I got a chance to work with both of them, man.
Wait, did you do the No Limit Top Dog? Did you work on No Limit Top Dog?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Did you really?
We did They Don't Know over it. Because I actually did They Don't Know for John B. And so Quick wanted to have me redo that on Snoop. So I put John B on that record. One of the records.
That was actually no. So, Snoop did Dogs Get Lonely.
Yeah, you're right.
Get Lonely, but that was for his third album. But did you get to work with Quick and Snoop on?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did, man.
Did you do?
Yeah. You know what's crazy? Hey, I'm gonna tell you what's crazy, man. I'm gonna tell you what's crazy. I know we all over the place, but let me say this.
Go ahead.
This was tripped out. So Snoop called me, man, because I work with a lot with Snoop, man. Like he did a record for me for Bobby. I got to show you that if y'all guys haven't heard it. It's called A Little Bit.
Yeah, no, I ain't heard it.
Yeah, so Snoop rapped on there, and then he rapped on like 2 or 3 others for me, man. We worked a lot. But anyway, he called me and was like, hey, man, so Quick, he said, Quick, want you to come over, man. This was just me now, right? So he's like, man, Quick, want you to come over, man, so you can do a couple records with him. And I'm like, are you serious? Wow, okay. All right. I go over there, man, the studio he was at, and he was over there, mixing and messing around and all that. He stopped and didn't even turn it on, man. He was like, hey, dude. He was like, yeah, man, so we gonna work and da. He was being all cool, right? He's like, hey man, let's go in this other room and talk, man. We go to another room, man. This is what he did now. This is Quick, man. Like when you think of Quick, you think of like a hardcore, you know what I mean? Nonsense type, no nonsense type of cat. You know what I'm saying? Like we go in the room, man. He turned around, man, almost crying, dude. He was like, hey man, you know what? He's like, hey man, I love They Don't Know That You Did on John B so bad, man. He was like, look, that's how I got my wife back. And I'm like, huh? He was like, look, man, here's what I did. He was like, okay, you know, I was out doing my thing or whatever, man. He was like, and then she kicked me out the house, man. He said his wife kicked him out the crib. So he said every day he sent her, They Don't Know. He said he would wake up early in the morning because he would take his kids to school, but she wasn't around. So he would like leave the song in the mailbox, right? He said he'd do it every day, right? He said I just kept doing it every day, like sitting there to the computer, keeping the burning off a CD, put it in the mailbox, kept doing it. He said, man, that was their song that they got married on. So he just kept doing it for like 2 weeks. He's like, she finally called him and was like, if you do that again, man, I ain't taking you back, man. I'm only taking you back because this is our song. Yeah. I'm like, are you serious, man? I'm like, wow, man. So that let me know, like, okay, man, I must be doing the right thing, man. You know what I mean? Because just hardcore dude you think of when you think of Quick.
Yeah.
And he almost crying telling me this story, man. And I'm like, wow, man. You know what I mean? I'm like, man, thanks a lot, man. I appreciate that, man. You know what I mean? Let you know, man, you really, really like joining people back together, you know, either putting them together or you're helping in some kind of way. When someone tells you that, man, about your music, man, I mean, I don't care, man. Like it makes you just realize, like, okay, I'm doing the right thing, man. You know what I mean?
100%.
It really is, man. It's tripped out. Really crazy, man.
That's dope.
Yeah, so you know, big shout out to Quick, man, because that's my guy, man. Taught me a lot, you know, man. Him and Dre, man. I got to give it up to him. When it comes to hip hop, them the dudes, man. Crazy. You know what I mean? Like really are, man. We already know Premier get down too, but I'm just saying,
Premier gets down crazy, and interestingly, look. So with the point that I was making about like, and I don't know how you feel about this as like someone who's come in the era of like where it had to cost you something to participate in this business, like whether it's like you had to go to engineering school, spend money, you had to spend money on equipment, you had to sacrifice, and like now you can kind of do it on your phone effectively and release it. So it's really funny with the Light Years album that came out, Preem and Nas, that we've been waiting for ages, and everyone, every bedroom producer had an opinion as though they were on the level of Preem. You know, and so I don't know how you feel about that, about like about how the democratization of conversations about production and writing, because everyone feels their peers. And look, it's just the time that we're in, isn't it? We're just in a time where you can self-release and all that type of stuff. But how does that, do you feel like someone with bona fide like worldwide classics, you know, records that have mended marriages, and then you're watching someone like Premier getting critiqued or like spoken to, or his production spoken about as though they could do any better, or as though they made step into the arena, you know? How do you feel about that in this kind of era?
You know what? It's crazy that you mentioned that, because let me just say this just for the record, man. I got to sing y'all one I did on Nas too. I did a record on Nas. I didn't make it. Dope, man. I was so sad, man, because he was such a cool dude, man. And he I don't know, you heard of that song Get to Know Me that I did with Joe? He's on there too.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, this is my shameless plug, man. But anyway,
no shameless way, man. We love Joe and Nas have made classics. Thank God I found you. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah. So I was gonna say, man, you know what, man? Whoever's saying that is just plain dumb, man. Come on, let's go back and listen to all the Primo stuff, man. His mixes all feel the same.
Yeah.
So it's got to be coming from him, man. All them sounding the same. I mean, he gives you different tracks, but when you hear the mixes and how he produces and how he does what he does, man, it all is like basically like, you know what I mean, like up to par every record, man. Yeah. So he hits every record out the park, man. Yeah. Whether it is a big single or not, is, you know, you ain't got no control over that because that's the labels depending on if they're gonna spend a lot of money on the record. But but for the most part, man, his mixes and and when he mix and when he just everything, it all sounds like Primo.
Yeah.
So it lets you know that when he hand you a record, he had a lot to do with that, man.
Yeah.
Like now, how much I don't know, but you can tell that it's just the same thing as Dre and Quick. You know what I mean? He just got his own way of his own potion of the way he do things, man. And you got to respect it, man, because it all feels like Primo.
Yeah, but it's
you know what I mean?
It was also the same with Tim and Bob production. I think there was a time you could listen to, especially I mentioned your backgrounds. You hear the backgrounds and say, this sounds like a Tim and Bob record, whether it's with Boyz II Men or 112 or Case or Joe or Bobby V. I was going to even talk to you about the Bobby Forever album because I was when I interviewed DOA a couple of weeks ago. He said that everyone was like a family, all the producers down in Atlanta, and how much they appreciated your tracks. That Bobby wanted the title song Forever to be the lead single, but the label pushed back on that. I mean, what did you think? I mean, what do you remember working with Bobby on that album?
First of all, man, big shout out to D, man. That's like my brother, man. That's a good dude. Ain't he bad, man? He's really crazy on the bass, man. That's a bad dude, man. So big shout out to him, first of all. But I was gonna say, man, look, man, when we did Forever, man, I did what, 3 or 4 on there?
Yeah.
Do you know, man? It took me a year to do that, man. I usually do three tracks in a week on somebody. I can mix them, you know what I mean? I can do the vocal, I can do the track, mix it, and you know what I mean, get it like mastered, all that, man. It'll be done in a week or 2 weeks. It took me a year, man.
Wow, why?
Because Bobby was one of them dudes, man. He's such a good guy, man. But he is one of them dudes. He come in the studio, man. He would be like, "Hey, man, you know what, man? You know what I got a taste for, man? Them pancakes, man, from such and such, man, in LA, man. Y'all ever been over there before?" They're like, "Yeah, we like that." He's like, "Hey, man, let's take the plane and go out there, right?" I'm like, "Right now?" Like, right now. We will get on the plane and actually go to Los Angeles, go eat the pancakes, and come back, man.
Wow.
He was one of them dudes, man. And then he'd be like, "Hey, man, y'all ever been to the steak joint, man, in Boston, man?" And we like, "Nah." I mean, he's like, "Hey, man, steaks is to die for, man. Hold on for a second." Get on the phone and he'd be like, da-da-da-da-da. Have the private plane on the tarmac, man. We flying out to Boston, man. Crazy. It was crazy. It was crazy, man. He was one of them dudes like that, man. But I'm gonna tell you though, man, he would literally give you the shirt off his back. Like you gotta be one of them, gotta be careful, like what you say you like. Like if you say, "Hey man, what's that cologne you got on, man? I love it, man." He's like, "You like this, man?" He'll go over to his bag, man, and be like, "Here you go, man." He just hand it right to you, man. Yeah. He was one of them dudes, man. That's really like
that's like
genuine nice guy, man. But
that's what
I'm gonna tell you, that's
like.
what it took us
Michael.
so long to get them tracks done, man.
Oh.
It was crazy because of all that, man. We just doing crazy. He come in, "Hey, let's go downtown real quick, man." "Are you sure, man? we got work to do, man." I'm like, "You know what? The label told us we got to get it turned. Man, forget them, man. Let's go, man." Wow. We go downtown, hang all out and all that, man. Then jump on a plane and go do something, man. You know what I mean? It was just weird. It was weird but fun though. But we ended up finishing it. You know what I mean? But it was just crazy all the stuff we had to go through, man.
But did you know what they wanted to release though? What song they wanted first, or did you guys know what was going to be the lead, or was it always?
We had no idea, man. Like, you know what? I think it was because we had just we fairly were brand new, so we didn't know anybody up at the big labels, like MCA, Warner Brothers, and all that stuff. So we didn't know any A&Rs, and we didn't know like no precedents and nothing like that. So they didn't really, tell us, what do y'all guys think? Do y'all think this? That happened later on in our career. You know what I mean? Where a lot of the presidents and A&Rs, head of A&Rs and all that. What do you guys think, man? Be honest, man. Like,
don't think you guys did this record, man. Would y'all want to put it out? You know, they'd be asking all those questions. But we was at the beginning and we didn't know, man. So they were like, hey, we're gonna put this out. You know, hate it or love it. You know what I mean? Love it or hate it. We're gonna put it out.
Then what song do you think changed it for you guys? I mean, what do you think? What was the song that came out that everyone like, oh wow, who are these guys?
You know what? I think They Don't Know for John B. Because what happened was we were signed all the way through with Dallas, right? So he had us on, man. He had us, man. I love D, man, but he had us under a crazy song that, man. I thought we weren't gonna never get out of that, dude. Crazy, man. Like a song agreement, man. I'm like, man, it's gonna take us like, I don't know, 20, 30 years, man. But we did it though. You know, we got out of that. And everybody was like, man, like, you know, everybody that was, because we all was a big family, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And everybody over there that was working with him was like, man, y'all need to stay with Dallas, man. Y'all ain't gonna be able to survive out there on your own, man. We was like, we just want to try, you know what I mean? If it don't work out, we can always come with our tails under our butts, you know what I mean? But what happened was, this guy named Nate Smith was our manager, and he told us, hey, he's like, man, do y'all want to work with this? He said, you know that one white guy that's pretty dope that Babyface did, man? He's like, he said he want to work with you guys, man. I'm like, for real? Because, you know, I'm always tripping out that somebody would work with me. I always, to this day, man, I'll be tripping on that, man. So he was like, yo, man, y'all want to do something? At least y'all can just do some demos, man. He comes in the studio. I already had a track ready. He was like, wow, what's this, man? I'm like, it's for you. I was just messing with it all night. You know what I mean? I already got an EQ ready to go. I got the mix already. Like, all you got to do is jump on it, man. So he's like, you know what? Let me go in the booth, man. Let's just freestyle it, man. I was like, all right. So he's like, heard about my past. I was like, things you used to do. He was like, things I used to say to the girls that didn't last. I know what's going on. And then I came on, I know what's going on. So we just kept going back and forth on through the whole record. So that's how we just wrote it with no paper, no nothing. He just sung it. After, yeah, that's it. Oh, and then he just sing it real quick. And I'd be like, hey, give me 3 more just so I can have, you know, a couple other tracks mixed with it. You know what I mean? Did that. I mixed it, sent it over, man. And Tracy's brother, he got a really liking to me, man. So he was calling me every day, man. He was like, hey, yo, man, the label really love you, man. Really love the songs, really love, like, you know, because I did like 2 records on there. So he was like, yeah, man, the next album, they want you guys to do the whole thing and da-da-da-da-da, you know. So I think that was the record that changed everything, man, because I met, you know, the head of A&R, which was, you know, him. And then Tracy was running the label. And then she had a deal with Epic, I think. Yeah. So they started calling me and I was talking for me and Bob. So I think that kind of like was like a fire effect, man, you know, like a brush fire, man. Hey, he's talking to Tim. He's a real nice guy. I mean, he knows his stuff, man. You know what I mean? So
who's that?
It went from one to another. You know, that's what happened, man, back then. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That's Michael. Michael McLaren.
Yeah, that passed away, man. Bless his heart, man. Yeah. Bless his heart.
I worked at Edmonds. So I worked with Tracy and Michael and Jackie.
Okay.
Their mom. And at that time, Third Story. I don't even know if you know the group.
Oh, I love
Third
Story.
Third Story. Yeah, so I was on that project.
If you ever, they had a song that they were a great group, man.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah.
So when they were coming out with the track with Rodney that did that Joe Budden.
Yeah, I remember that.
So
that was in their second. That was the
second album. So that I worked on that project and I was working with the kids and stuff like that.
You know what? Was Tracy's mom their manager? Because she was the one calling me on that one.
Yeah, so she was the manager because she managed John B. She managed As Yet. She managed them. And it's funny. I mean, I learned about a lot of industry stuff, and I used to get. So that I had a lot of issues with the fact that these kids had not really blown up, but they were already acting like they'd blown up. It's just the industry stuff for you.
You know how I go, man. It's like you see Babyface, you see like all these, you know, these producers, you know, and artists come in, man. You're like, hey, we right there with them, man. So you know, you your head get all crazy. You know how it goes.
That first Tory single was so dope. It sounded like a Jackson 5 record.
Yeah, it did. Yeah.
Someone in love with
Yeah.
you. It's
Yeah. That was a nice song, man.
That boy record.
Tim, the other song was the I was going to go to the thong song. So did you guys did you need to have Leaving La Vida Loca in the song? Did it need it? Could you have changed it? Could have been a different, was that the only issue, you saying those words, that made it that Ricky Martin came and took all the royalties because that word was it, that was in there?
Put it this way, man. I pleaded with Cisco, man. He was like, living la vida loca. I'm like, hey, man, we're going to get sued, bro. Nah, I want to keep it in there, man. I'm like, hey, man, say it a different way than something, man. Like, you're doing the melody just like them.
Yeah.
Nah, we all right. Let's keep going. So we go all the way down on the track. And then towards the end, he had me put a break beat in there, right? I don't know if you know that before it goes up, it goes into another key. I put a break beat in there. I was like, hey man, we gotta make sure that we clear this. Nah, we ain't gotta clear this, man. I'm like, oh my goodness, man. So they didn't mess with us. It comes out because what happened is when all the radio programmers got that record, they just stopped playing his first single and they went straight to that thong song. So Leora was like, yeah, man, we all right now, man. They wasn't messing with us. Nobody was calling nothing. The record it do what it do. It's like #1 in like 30 countries. When that happened, man, dude, everybody came after us, man. And we still got a good amount of the percentage of the song. But man, hey, man, we had to share it with so many different people because we put so much stuff in there coming from different people, like his cousin, Ricky Martin, his other writer that he got with him, the guy that played the drums on that break beat. I mean all kind of people just coming out of it, man. We was trying to fight it, but it didn't work, man, because the evidence was right there in the song, man. You know what I mean? So it didn't need, you're right. It didn't need that, man. And I kept pleading with him, but he wanted it in there. So, and it's crazy. I had the track for Michael Jackson. Like I did the track for Michael Jackson.
You did. I saw an interview that you did that said that. Yeah.
Yeah. But what happened was it was DATs back in the day. So, if you got a DAT at the beginning, it's just like a cassette. Yeah. So if you press play, it plays right at the beginning. You know what I mean? So I played 10 different tracks. He was like, hey, man, go back to that first track, man. I'm like, all right, man. I went back to it. He was like, hey, man, I know you said that's for Mike, man. I got to have that, man. He gets on the airplane a little later, right? He's like, Tim, dude, I can't get that track out of my mind, man. I got to have it. I know you could do a lot more for Mike, man. So what I did, I ended up doing some more records for him. And I did a gang of records with Mike, man.
Yeah.
Which is a whole nother story, man. That dude is a Tasmanian devil, man.
What do you mean?
Meaning that, man, he's all nice. Yeah, yeah, we're going to do this. We're going to do that. And when he hear a song that he like, hey, put the microphone right here. I need the boom stand over here. I need this. Because he don't go in the booth. He just sing right next to you, man. So he just put the mic right there next to us, man. Okay, let me get another track. He'll get up and go back to the back of the room, man. He'll do like about a whole reel of just doing that.
Wow.
Then he'll sing on it. And it sounds so crazy what he done, man. You're like, are you serious, man? Hey, man, he was one of the baddest dudes I ever worked with in my life. Matter of fact, the baddest, man.
Wow, that's that Motown.
He was the baddest. He was the baddest, man. But I know we're going back and forth, but
no,
it's just making me think. It's just making me think of different things in my career, man. I'm like, man, that was a time to be alive when Michael Jackson was finally away from Quincy. You know what I'm saying? Because he got me, he got Rodney Jerkins, he got
Teddy.
He got Devontae, he got Teddy.
Was this for the Invincible album?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I did. You know what? I did the beat on the record on the History album before that with Dallas. But then the next record,
Come Around with
yeah. That was my song. Yeah.
Oh, that was doom. Okay, the drums. Okay.
Yeah, them was my drums. I actually got the drums from Tony Rich. I got look, we was living in Detroit. I told Tony, man, I'm like, dude, I'm gonna get you in, man. Just hang on. So when Dallas signed this, man, I called Tony and told him to come down, and then LaFace signed him.
Crazy.
I got him signed to LaFace.
Tony Rich project. I remember.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But, hey, let me tell you something. Hey, let me tell you something, man. Tony was like, I mean, he was right on Babyface's. Oh my goodness, man.
Because I thought
we had to beg him to change. We was like, dude, you sounded too much like Babyface, man.
As a kid, I thought that was a Babyface record. Because even
I know, right?
Yeah.
He had I'm telling you, man. He had records to this day when I talk to him, like, Tony, try to find this one right here, man. And then I'd sing it to him. He like, oh yeah, I remember that, man. I'm like, please try to find that demo and send it to me, dude. Like, I'm like, I don't care if it's on a cassette, just send it to me, man.
That's like the Glenn Lewis Stevie Wonder thing.
Yeah, exactly.
And don't you forget it.
Yeah.
I thought it was Stevie. But I wanted to ask you a question, piggybacking off what Namdi was asking about the thong song kind of using the La Vida Loca kind of line and having to give up some publishing for that. What did you think about the Blurred Lines case? Because it's something that like really aggravates me to this day, because I think like because in my job as like, you know, in my kind of TV production capacity on this TV show I made called Famalam, which is a sketch show, we often had to replace music. So for instance, we say there was a Kanye West record that we couldn't clear because they wanted 50,000. I would be able to go in, replay it, and change some notes, but do a really good copy of it. Now, you can't really sue for that because that's just me going in and doing what I can do.
Absolutely, you're doing an interpolation of the record.
Precisely. But with the Blurred Lines thing, I'll be really honest. When I first heard Blurred Lines, I never thought of Got to Give It Up. That's not even my first thought. And then when the case came out, I was like, these songs aren't even in the same key. And actually, Pharrell and them have done really good copies of songs before. That was that to me. That was like, these guys can do better copies than that. If they wanted to copy Got to Give It Up. So what do you think about that as setting a precedent for writing? Because obviously you've got some you've got some history with that, you know, having to give up publishing.
Right.
Do you think that the gay estate, and obviously you don't have to say it, but do you think that they were right, or do you think that there was merit to the case? And how do you think that might impact music, or has impacted music going forward?
I think that now sampling, I don't know if you noticed, but there's not a lot of sampling going on as much as it was because of that right there. Because think about it, man. If that record didn't do as well as it did, it wouldn't have been going after him like that. But it did so good. They like, hey, this sounds like Marvin Gaye. This sounds like, this record right here.
Mm-hmm.
Going a little faster, but it's that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know, man. I don't think that was right, man. And it messed up the creativity, man, because we was on to something, man. We was doing stuff that nobody was even thinking of, man. And to just rob them clean, you know what I mean, of their publishing because of that. I think that's wrong, man. That was wrong because you're right. It kind of favors it because of the percussion.
Because of the percussion, the cowbell.
That's what it is. I think that's exactly what it is.
Then that would be like me going after every kind of West Coast 90s record that uses the Moog. And has
You're right.
One. It's like, because everything is derivative to some degree, like everything, or basically that would be like P-Funk going after every Above the Law, going after Dre, going after everything, or going after like Zap, going after everyone that uses that hard clap or anything like that. And so it becomes really tricky. And I'm not saying you should just be able to lift records directly note for note. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, when I first heard Blurred Lines, I didn't love the record. I actually really didn't like it. I really didn't like it. And largely because of the production. But I think women loved it at the time, even though they said, a lot of people subsequently have said that they didn't like it, but people loved that song. Women were going crazy about it. And I think you're right in terms of its success was actually its.
You know what? I was going to say that, man, too, to hammer that in a little more, because I'm going to say this, man. I'm going to be real. I got some records that I didn't clear the sample because I was waiting. I was like, you know what? I didn't use that much of the sample, but I used it. So if they come after me, I'll just give them their publishing. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So it was some. Put it this way. So I got a lot of records. I won't say the names, obviously, but there's a lot of records I didn't even clear the sample because it didn't do anything. So nobody came after me.
Yeah, and what's the point of like making an agreement for like 50 grand and publishing splits, and then the record has to now in this day and age basically do Thriller numbers in order for you to make that back. So it's like, let it be a blessing that your record is done well, and then say, okay, cool, take this. It's like I hear a lot about you know, like the Just Blaze's production for Fabulous on Breathe.
Yeah,
Tramp basically took the whole record. Supertramp took the whole record. I've got a bag of Supertramp records in my collection, and I was like, I can't find this sample. I can't find, like, he didn't go after an obvious segment. He sampled it quite heavily, but because we did numbers, they were like, yep, we'll have the whole record. So those things become interesting because look, our culture, you know, hip hop culture, and to some degree, you know, modern R&B borrows like liberally, you know, involves sampling. Like any moment you're using machine or the MPC, you are taking drums, you're taking little bits to make something bigger. But yeah, you are kind of stifling it, and then also there's the thing about Spotify having bought Who Sampled, which was like it's the greatest sample snitching resource ever, because
it is. It is. You're right.
I grew up in a time where to find out who had sampled what, you had to be ahead. You had to be a real connoisseur. You had to either own those records or spend a fortune going and buying them because records weren't cheap. And what YouTube did, which is good, it democratized it. So everyone had access to the same records. But then the problem with that, everyone wants to be like, oh, you ain't up on this. So everyone wants to let people know.
Oh, yeah. That's how we do, man.
So sampling. So people are like, there's, right, it's public knowledge now, but like, you know, on Primo's, on Jeru's Come Clean.
Yeah.
That sound, I remember being a kid and reading that like Primo had sampled a Fawcett, and the reality is it's Shirley Man. It's a Shirley Man.
Yeah,
song.
it sure is. Yeah, you're right.
And we all know that now. But at the time, it was like you just assume that Primo sampled this obscure record because no one had access to it. What do you think about something like Spotify and buying Who Sampled? And you reckon that is, you know, a good thing for music education? Because I think it's important that people know about music. Or do you think it's like a covert way to kind of put a fingerprint on to get audio fingerprints on songs that they can later sue people for?
You know what? Put it this way, man. If you want to cheat, then, you know, thanks, Sean. If you want to cheat, then it's good for just random people that just like want to know, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But guys like us, you know, that produce, we're like, man, we spent like $300 to $500 on albums, man.
Yeah.
Beating our head in the wall. Yeah. And now y'all came up with something that you just hit this like the app.
Yeah.
Bring the record up. So in a sense, it's a really good tool to have. But at the same time, I think that era of nostalgia like it was is kind of like over, man. So
it is over. And actually,
it's over, man.
You're not going to tell there's a great young producer out there who had this conversation. He was having like a back and forth with Buck Wild. You know, Buck Wild.
Yeah. I love him.
Yeah, legendary producer. And I can understand Buck Wild's perspective, because Buck Wild to me is someone I looked up to. But this young guy who's maybe about 10 years younger than me, he is doing a lot of like release. I can't remember the brother's name, but you know, he makes great beats. But he was going back and forth with Buck Wild because there is an element of like the time changes, the culture changes, and there's nothing you can do as the preserver of the culture or whatever to stop the tide. There's no way you can tell. There's no way I can tell a young producer now, like, go out, buy a £300 record, take that record, put it on a turntable, then put that into machine. Whereas the easiest thing to do for workflow is to just take the record as a WAV file off of YouTube.
Yeah.
And plug it in. And the problem is the end result. Is the end result good or is it bad? Because we can both take one record and it's not going to sound the same. So,
and you know what it is too? I think the whole feeling and the emotion Because I'm gonna lie, I got one of the biggest record collections you can see, but a lot of new producers don't remember or don't even know picking up the arm on a turntable and dropping a needle on some you know what I'm saying, some vinyl. Like that sound, you can't replace it, man. But they don't know, you know what I mean? They just like, hey man, this is where they got it from. Okay, cool. They just hit Shazam, something like that, and then just sample what they found on Apple Music, man, as opposed to us actually dropping it on vinyl, man. Like there's no better than sound than that, man. It's warm, you know what I mean? It's warm. It's just the sound of it. It's just like, I don't know, man. It's just you can't explain. It's hard to explain, man. But I'm still into that. I mean, that's just me, you know what I mean? But you're right though, man. Like the preservers of like the hip hop culture and R&B and all that. You can't hide it anymore because there's too much stuff out there that you can find out within seconds what that sample is, man. You know what I mean?
Within seconds, and that goes back to my earlier point of like everyone feeling like peers. Like I'm talking to you as like I'm not your peer. You are someone who I've been following since I was a kid. You will never be my peer. You're like my elder and we've never met, but that's just the way I see it. Just as the same if I saw Primo or anyone that I looked up to, you're not my peer. I'm like, you're a student. And that's not to denigrate myself, but that's just a cultural thing as well. And so I do also think that thing is lost. And it's not about kissing ass in any way. It's about going, oh, what can I learn from you? And what can I?
And you know what? The same way for me, man. Like, even though we just met, if you send me some tracks and I hear something, I'm like, dang, how do you do that? I'm still like, I'm always going to be a student of music, man, because when you're like that, man, that's when you're a student of music, man, you trip over stuff, man, and your ears is always open to hearing anything. I don't care who it's from, man. If I love the way it sounds, I'm asking you, how'd you do that, man? You know what I mean? And you know what? I think that's what you're going to end up doing something really good, man. You are, because you know why? Because you have that that wisdom of like, you know what, man, these are my peers, man. I got to give it up to them, man. If I didn't hear a record from them, I wouldn't be the person I am right now. So you already got that already, man. And that's one of the first things LA told me that, man, when I first got in the music industry. He was like, man, when I showed him some of my records, man, he's like, nah, man, it's too much singing on the first verse. No ad libs on the first. That's like a sin. He'd be like, you got too much singing going on. Oh, you got the track too much and not the vocals loud enough. Not enough bass in this. I'm like, you know what? Do he even like my stuff? So when I did They Don't Know, he sent me a bottle of Dom Perignon, dog. He was like, you know what? You listened and you figured it out.
Yeah, you figured it out.
I was like, man, thank you for the dropping them gems, man. Because I'm one of them dudes that my ears is always, I don't care, man, 24/7. They're open. You know what I mean? Because I still want to learn, man. You never can learn enough, man. There's no way. You can't. It's just like money. You never can have enough money. No. You know what I mean? Never can, man. Even though you're rich as beyond your beliefs, man, you can always find a way to get some more money some kind of way. Either you give it away or, or whatever you do with it. But you know what I mean? It's the same thing. And it's the same thing with equipment. You know what I mean? Like, you really only think about it, man. If you think about a plumber, when a plumber come in your house, man, and he only got 2 tools, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. You're only as good as your tools, man.
Yeah, 100%.
If you don't got a lot of tools, man, then, hey, because a lot of guys be like, man, I'm not going to spend this much because, I got an endorsement with Akai, right? And, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I got an endorsement with him, man. And I helped them come up with the MPCX and the Live and all that. And so
the MPCX is actually dope. It's really, really dope. It's really
thanks,
dope,
man. Thanks. So it's crazy because a lot of my fellow producers are like, man, I'm not spending that much money on that, man. And I could do the same thing, man, and Ableton and Logic and, on and on and on. And I'm like, dude, no, you can't, man. There's a lot of stuff that's in there. And you know what? You just need to have it just to have it, man. So you can learn. Put it this way, man. it's the same thing, man. Like I just said, you know, about the tools with the plumber, man. You can never have enough stuff, man, because there's always something you can learn, man. And you got to be open, man, or you know you can't get further in it, especially what we do, man. You can't get further, man. Like I got it, or hating on people like myself or like Pharrell and them and Dre and you know, quit. But I could do that, man. Maybe you can, but not like them. Go back and figure out what they did, man. You know what I mean? Keep one of their records on for a week so you can figure it out, man.
And that was the thing I heard about Teddy is that he would always show people the latest stuff because he wasn't afraid that you're going to do better than him. It was like, here's the latest stuff. I think Tony's mentioned that, and other producers have mentioned that those who have it just keep sharing because you can always learn.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Alex asks, do you have the full unreleased version of "Loving You" by Tamir?
I sure do. I got all those songs, man. It was about like 6 of them that didn't make it on that album.
How was that song?
Okay, so after So Into You, the label Elektra, she got signed to Elektra, and they wanted us to do her whole album. So I started off with 6 at first, right? And I go on there with Sylvia Rome, man. She was like, yeah, I love them, man. Just keep on going, right? So I leave and go back to the studio, and I'm brushing up on them. And then I had another one in the chamber, right? How about I go over there the next day, man? She was like, you know what? I don't like that. I don't like this. I'm like, you just said yesterday you like it. You know what I mean? So make this long story short, I didn't get one on that record, man. On her first one on Elektra. For some reason, man, she didn't like them. So I still got all them, man. I got them clear too. So I got a lot of records to send to you guys, man.
Oh wow.
A gang of them, man.
Oh, okay. So so it was a case where then the I'm So Into You, was that off a second album that they brought you back to work on?
Okay, yeah. So Jermaine, okay, let's go back to the first album. So that was on Quest, right? So
yeah, Quest.
He got signed by Quincy. So Jermaine had the first single. Then I think another one came. Then they just messed around and just see what So Into You was gonna do, and it just blew up. And we was like, wow, okay. So what happened was Quincy closed shop at Quest, and then she got signed to Elektra with Sylvia Rome.
Okay.
So that's the album I'm talking about. We didn't get anything on there, which was crazy because we gave her biggest record.
After that blew up, they didn't. Oh wow, that didn't make any sense.
Yeah, man, it was crazy, man. I didn't get it, but you know what, man, that happened to us so many times, man. I can tell you a million stories, man. It just, you know what, it comes with the job, man. You just got to have skin of leather, man, and just keep moving on, man, because it's gonna be a lot of weird stuff happening to you, man. Can I got to be like, what?
Can I ask you a question about So Into You? Because between that and the update with Fabulous, the version which I think did Duro and Clue produce that version,
right? Yeah.
What? Because I've been listening to this Sabrina Carpenter record. I remember when it came out, and I was like, this is the same record." But
right, you're right. I already know what you're talking about. We're going, you know what? We're still going through things with that one.
Body Chem. It's Body Chem. And I thought the record was dope. I love the record, but the first time I heard it, I was like, "Oh, this is just Tamia," and no one could understand what I was saying. I was like, "No, they've just taken the drum
Oh yeah.
So there's stuff going on with that.
Oh yeah, we're in court as we speak, man. That's all I can say. I can't really, I can really go into that. But let's go back. Let's go back for a minute when we talk about Teddy. First of all, Teddy, one of my out of the industry, man. He's one of my best friends, man. We talk every week, man. That dude, I'm gonna tell you, man. I'm mixing because of him.
Wow.
Like I'm doing music because of Jamie Lewis, but I'm mixing. I'm an engineer because of Teddy. So I was like, how does he get that sound like that? You know what I mean? And he actually told me, man, like he told me everything, man. Teddy, I'm telling you, man, Teddy will share with you, man. He'll send you sounds. He'll do all that because he's confident, man. He know, like, you know what? If I share my sounds, man, you still not going to make it sound like me. It'll sound like you, the way you hear it. You know what I mean? Like, not the way I hear it, because we all got different ears, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%. I think
so. He don't care, man.
Those are the best people, though. The people who
I'm the same way. You know what I mean? Like, I gave a lot of sounds away, man. Like on a lot of records, man, that I'll be like, you know what? I actually did that the programming on that beat, I won't go in and say a lot because you know what I mean, like they'll call you guys and you know going back and forth or you know we'll have a whole other thing going. But yeah, I did a lot of beats from my sounds, and I've been known to share my sounds with a lot of people and they don't give me credit. But you know what? Either they do or either they don't. They know what happened. So I don't care about that. No, I'm just glad that, you know, people like my sounds enough to say they want those. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh, okay. I'll give you the kick, hat, and snare, man.
Yeah. And you're absolutely right about two different people, two producers hear things completely different. And actually that sharing thing is important. I remember Ben Baller, who's a jeweler now. I remember like when he did an interview years ago, this is like 20 years ago, and he was talking about when he was in the Aftermath camp, and he was saying one day Dre just looked at him and just said like what have you done? Like, because Dre had given him access to all the MPCs, all the drum sounds. Dre wasn't, what Ben Baller had said was Dre wasn't like hoarding these sounds. He's like, you're in the Aftermath camp, so these drums that I've chopped up and all that you've got access, you should be doing something with them.
Oh, and yeah.
I think Ben Baller's thing was that like, oh, he messed up because he didn't realize that he had access to all this stuff. But the fact that someone as God tier as Dre is just like, yo, you're in the family, here's some drum sounds, or even Quick giving Dre the claps for In the Club. That like those claps on
crazy, man. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, the clap.
You know what, man? Hey, Dre is the same way, man. Like I remember, man, when we was at his house, because I that year I can't remember what year it was, man. But when he flew me out, me and Bob, we stayed at his house. So we spent Thanksgiving with him. So I remember when he found Eminem, man, he was like, hey man, y'all gotta do something. And he's like, man, look who I just found. He came in, he was all excited, man. He was playing the demo, man. I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, okay, he's okay, man, but I'm trying to get to you. Before you know, he blew up. Eminem blew up, man. When Dre, man, we was the first ones he came to. I'm like, damn. Because I remember, man, Dre was like, I was like, man, where'd you get those drums from? He was like, here, man. He just gave me the floppy disk, man. He was like, hey, copy it, man. Copy it at the studio and just give it back to me when you're done, man.
Easy.
He didn't care.
Dre gave you drums.
Oh yeah, he gave me a gang of drums because he looked at it as me and Bob was part of Aftermath because we was working on everything up there. So he kind of wanted his signature sound on there a little bit. You know what I mean?
Everything you're doing.
Yeah. So that's why he really wasn't tripping. He was like, man, where you get that kick, hat, and snare from? Here. He just, you know, it was back then was floppy disk. You remember that? Was out the 3000.
Because I had an MPC 2000. With the
he had a 3000. So I had a 3000 too. So he just ejected the floppy disk and just handed it right in your hand. He didn't care, man. It was crazy, man.
Sim, the Zico asks, how did you get the punchy kick drum sound for Slow Down?
You know what I do, man? I'm gonna go ahead and say, man, because I want to help somebody out. If they willing to do the work, I'll say this, man. Here's what I used to do back in the day, man. Say, okay, I had a 3000, I had a 2000, a 3000, and a 4000, and a SP 1200. So SP 1200 was 8-bit, right? So what I would do is when I get a snare, I would sample it from an SP 1200, and then I go to my MPC, then to my 4000, and back to my 1200. And the reason why I did that is because every time you transfer sounds with them drum machines, they all had a different way of how it sounded, and you know what I mean. It make the because the SP 1200 would make the drums really tight and punchy.
That crunchy, that Pete Rock kind of.
Exactly, because it was only 8-bit. Exactly. You know what I mean? So that's how I would do. I would just keep transferring everything until I get that sound I was looking for in my ear, like what I was listening for. And I would probably like transfer the sounds, I don't know, like maybe like 10 different times. Wow. But that was what, like, I mean, I don't know who else do it, but I used to do it all the time, man. And Sean Stockman would be like, dude, you doing it that many times? You care that much? I'm like, dude, you know what? I remember and I think I told you this, man, that Quincy Jones was always like, hey, man, I love your work ethic, man. You care too much, man. I'm like, wait, what you mean by that, man? He was like, dude, you care too much, man. He was like, you one of them ones that, hey, whatever it takes, to get it to sound your way, you're gonna do it. And that's how I was, man. Just always transferring drum sounds, always just like, just trying to find that unknown sound that you never heard of, man, and keyboards and all that, messing with the timbre and all that different stuff. I was just one of them dudes, man. I just always like, man, I want my own sound, man. How Teddy got his own sound like that? How Babyface got his own sound? How Jimmy Jam and him do that? You know what I mean? I was always like a wonder kid like that, man. Always just messing with something, man. You know what I mean? So I just got to doing that, man, and that's how I got my sounds, man. Just transferring from different drum machines, man. I mean, they don't do all that now because you can just buy a pack and everything just sitting there and they just go from there. You know what I mean? But I was just one of them dudes. I want to get the character, man, a different character in the drums, man. You know what I mean? So if you want to, if you want to try it and get your own sound, then you know what? Maybe you should mess around and I don't know, mess up the triangle, man. Go from a 4,000 to a 3,000 to a 1,200. I don't know. It'll get your own sound, though. I'm gonna tell you that if you do that.
Yeah.
That's what I would do, man. Just up at night, just messing around, trying stuff. You know what I mean? Just get it, EQ it, then make sure I EQ it, and you know what I mean. Do whatever you got to do. Run it through this compressor right here, a Manley, or mess with the API, send it through over here, sample it back over there to SB 1200. And something back on a 3,000, you know what I mean? Just messing around, man.
Wow.
So yeah, I had my work ethic was crazy.
Yeah, well, it still is. Alex asked Tim about the song "Just Because" for Hot Cocoa that was recorded for her debut album.
Oh yeah, Just Because You're Hot. Yeah. Who know that, man?
So Alex is a super fan. He would do the same when Rodney comes on. He'll tell me to ask Rodney about a song that Rodney will like. How did you sneak into my camp to hear about that song? So he does the same with Darkchild. So the fact that he knows this, I'm
wow. First of all, must respect the Darkchild. That's my brother, man. It's a bad dude, man. But yeah, what happened was that was the first record. Okay, when I can't remember what label she was which label she was getting signed to. So that what happened was we knew one of the A&Rs that was working with her because she was working at LaFace, Candy. You remember Candy that was working at LaFace?
Yeah.
So she started working with Coco, and we were real good friends with Candy. So Candy called and said, she want to work with you guys. I'm like, oh yeah, okay. So I just came up with that record, just sampling, messing around with a couple of horns and weird stuff. And I thought that was her first single, man, but I guess they wanted to go a different direction when she actually got signed. And I did like 3 or 4 records on her, man. She's up, man.
Yeah, because
that girl is unbelievable, man. She's unreal, man.
Was the first single, right? Sunshine was the first single from that project.
Yeah, Sunshine was the first single when they actually put the record out, which was a bad joint. Yeah. So that's why I wasn't tripping, because I was like, oh, okay, at least they got a good record that was as good or better than the one I did. You know what I mean? So I'm like, I couldn't hate on it, man. You know what I mean? I couldn't hate on Rodney, man. I couldn't do it. I wouldn't do that I'm not that type of dude anyway. You know what I mean? I'm a fan of all these guys, man.
He asks about Kerry Sheard. You did the demos for Karen Clark Sheard's debut album, Second
No,
Chance.
actually, I got some records on that the album, Second Chance album. I got a record on there. Let me see, what's the name of it? I'll Be Right There. And I was kind of thinking of because I was gonna work on Mary J after her. So I kind of was getting my Mary J on, man. So if y'all listen to that, go back and listen to that record. It is dope, man.
Who did the demos? That's what he was asking.
Her daughter did the demos, man.
Okay.
So that's how she ended up getting signed. Matter of fact, her daughter, what's her name? Kiki Sheard. That's how she got signed, because she did all the demos. Because we did like about, I don't know, 4 records, and they only picked one.
Okay.
So she ended up getting signed from that. It's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, because Karen got off the plane and she couldn't sing, man. She lost her voice on the airplane. So Kiki did the demos for her, and then I just happened to show the label the records, and they signed her like the same day. It's crazy.
Music Tips and Reviews said, what happened to the tracks you guys did for Tank?
Oh man, you know what, man? To this day, every time I talk to Tank, he's like, dude, come on, man. He was like, hey man, I got a plan for those records, man. I'm like, all right. You know what I mean? He was like, we just going to switch them up a little bit, but man, them some of the best records I did, man. I'm like, hey man, because what it was it was a white guy signed to Blackground, right? Blackground
What?
that Aaliyah, Tank, all them was
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
So I did. His name was, I forgot his name. If I can remember, weird name. He had a weird name, man. But anyway, I did like half his album, and then Barry Hankerson said, "Hey man, I don't feel like being in the music industry anymore."
What?
He started now he went out sailboating, man. So when I did that record, they had me go straight to Tank. So Tank was like, "Hey yo, man, let's go ahead and get down, man. You know, we do them." Then they closed shop up, man. That's what happened to those records.
Wait a minute. Has Aaliyah died by this time?
Yeah, she passed away. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I was in it. I just spoke to J Dub, and he was saying that once she died, Virgin said, okay, everything was based on her. And they just and Barry was so probably that's why.
Okay. That was Barry's niece, right?
Yeah.
I remember that. Yeah. You know what's crazy?
Yeah.
You know what's crazy, man? So I remember before we moved all the way in Detroit, Bob went and he was playing for Aretha Franklin's father's church, right? And so they told him they wanted him to stay there. So Bob was there for a while, and Aretha Franklin's dad, he was staying like a couple houses down from Barry Hankerson. So Aaliyah used to always come over there. He was like, hey man, he was like, I met Aaliyah today, man. I'm like, you did? He's like, yeah, man. I'm like, wow, man. A week after that, that's when a lady that was running the studio, on a real prominent studio, she called and wanted us to come and be on. I mean, that didn't do anything, but I actually, I learned how to be an engineer there because I went to engineering school, and then I can go to the studio and practice on the board there. So that's how I learned the SSL so good. You know what I mean? Okay. So Aaliyah was there back then. I'm like, man, one day we're gonna work with her, man. And then that's when she passed away. Unfortunately, man, it's tripped out. But she was bad, man.
Yeah.
She was really bad, man. I think he was so messed up from that, man. He just, I don't know. He was used to hearing her voice on tracks, and used to her like, doing her thing on the tracks that, I don't know. I guess he was like, it don't even feel right without her around, man. He just like closed shop up, man.
Yeah.
So you guys vocally then, who would you say vocally is the best person you've recorded and produced?
Michael Jackson. Hands down. Michael Jackson. I'm gonna tell you, Michael Jackson, and then all these is like either right up there. One day I wake up, I can change it, and you know what I mean. But for the most part, Karen Clark, Coco, they're kind of in the same range. And then you could put Wanye. You could put Wanye, Sean, and Joe kind of in the same. But hey, Joe, it depends on what day it is, man. You know what I mean? Like on a Monday, you'd be like, oh man, I feel like hearing Sean, because I did a whole album on Sean, man, by itself. So I know everything they can do. That's a bad dude, man.
Sean Stockman from
Oh my goodness, man. You got that album that I did on him, right?
No, of course not.
No?
No.
The album I did, man, called what was the name of it? Ford. I'm about to send that to you, man. I thought you had it. I thought we talked about that.
Well, we did, but no, yeah. Okay.
I got them, man. I'll send you a copy, man. I got some copies, man, in the box, man. I'll send them to you. They're all wrapped up. But yeah, on a Monday you'll feel Sean, Tuesday you'll feel Joe, and Wednesday you'll feel Wanye. You know what I mean? It's like it's one of them things, man. Yeah, them dudes them boys on another planet, man. Yeah. So maybe those guys, and then I don't know. Let me see. Babyface, he's right there too, man.
Did you guys do anything for Babyface?
Yeah. We did Work It Out. Matter of fact, we just talking about Buck Wild. He they had him redo which I don't know why, but they had him redo one of my beats, man.
Buck Wild. Which beat did he redo?
On the song called "Work It Out."
Oh yeah, okay.
Remember that song that Pharrell and them did called "There She Goes"?
Oh yeah,
that
yeah. The Babyface.
Face to Face out.
Yeah, the Babyface.
Yeah.
So
if you guys look on there, it's called the song called "Work It Out" that I produced.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because
Babyface is up there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you what. You know what Babyface is good at, man. He's good at navigating where he at in the song, man. He's one of the baddest at doing that, man. You know what I mean? Like if he's at the beginning, you'll know because you'll see how he's singing. If he's in the middle, you'll know because of the way he's singing, and you'll know the end. You know what I mean? He's one of them dudes that he can navigate the records. You don't even got to say nothing to him, man. He just got a natural feel for it.
He just knows.
Exactly. He's like, you know what? This is the first verse, so I'm just gonna lay back and put my little twist on it. And by the end, he don't even sound like he did on the first. It's crazy, man. On the first verse, he'll kill you with that, man.
Yeah, I'm listening to it right now. He's doing a falsetto.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's kind of getting his Curtis Mayfield on in there. It
Yeah,
kind of sounds like that, right?
Yeah.
We did a gang of records, man, because when we used to go to the studio, man, with Face, we didn't get anything done because we just jamming all night, man.
Yeah.
Like he'll jump on the guitar, I jump on the bass, and Bob get on the keys one night, and we just play all night, man. The next day, he'll get on the bass, I get on the guitar, and then Bob will get on something, and then we just jam all night, man. We didn't get that record done till like towards the end, man. It was crazy.
And yeah,
I think that's probably why they had Buck Wild do my beat over, man. I'm still like weird on that.
You had John Marie do the
mixing, yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, John Marie did, yeah. He's a bad dude, matter of fact.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, he's so bad, man. Oh my goodness, man. Whew.
Yeah. Okay.
Learned a lot from him, man.
Yeah, John Marie. He talked about how he was doing mixing and engineering Dangerous. And,
exactly.
Yeah. So
which sounds ridiculous, man.
Yeah.
Those mixes, man, is great. You know what? I think those records right there, man. I'm going to say something dumb, man.
Say it.
Maybe I'll say something different tomorrow if I talk to you.
Say it.
But I think that's I think that might be the craziest album that Mike did, man. Teddy lost his mind on that. I went back and listened to that, man. I'm like, what the heck was he thinking about, man?
We spoke about this. Mine and Namdi's first chat on here. We spoke about it because we did like an MJ top 10. Like I did my 10, he did his 10, and to be honest, I was winging it because just like every day, my favorite MJ songs will change.
Exactly.
I was just in my moment, just being like, okay, cool. I feel this. Like I had songs like Speed Demon on there. And
right.
Like but I actually picked Why You Want to Trip on Me as one of my
favorites. My goodness, man. You know what? Hey, we had a little party over here for New Year's.
Yeah.
And I called Teddy up. It was like 12 in the morning one night.
Yeah.
I was sitting and listening to it, but I'm like, what was Teddy thinking about, man?
I don't know what they were on, but like that snare, the way that snare.
Oh my goodness, man!
That record is crazy. And
I've
tried to replicate it.
Can't do it.
Can't
do it, man.
And it's really interesting because I said about that album that it's the greatest New Jack Swing album ever produced. Like
it really is, man. Yeah, it really is.
It's the greatest New Jack. Teddy had taken everything that he done with Guy, everything he done with Bobby, and basically
just mixed it up, huh?
Mixed it up, and he basically, I always say, barring maybe one or two records, that album is a straight classic. And I say,
oh my goodness,
and this is the technical part, is I say if he took Keep the Faith off, but not because it's a bad record, because he already has Will You Be There and he has Heal the World. So
right, exactly.
It's like because he was working with like CD and like 80-minute CD, he was like,
right.
Everything. If he was constricted by like vinyl constraints, he would have had to take like two of those records off, and it would have been stronger for that. Now that album is so crazy because when you listen,
hey man, that song you just named, man, Why You Want to Trip on Me, man? I'm serious, man. Hey, when you keep listening to that about like 5 times, man, you'll just be like, what the? Okay, hold on. I called Teddy up and I was like, dude, what did you use in that, man? Them harmonies, you know what? The harmonies is crazy too.
Crazy.
When the hook comes, that why you wanna trip on me? That under that why,
Yeah.
man. Oh my goodness. Hey man,
crazy. Because you got that record, and then because basically from the moment Jam comes on to maybe around Remember the Time, you're basically getting a New Jack Swing masterclass.
You really are, man.
You're getting these grooves, and the apotheosis, like the highest point of it, is Remember the Time. That's the highest point. Everything is building up to that. Because I've also said about She Drives Me Wild is basically is like
my goodness, man.
That's like a Prince record. If you listen to She's Got the Look, it's basically Michael's response to She Got the Look.
I agree.
Okay.
Yeah, and actually from Jam, Why You Want to Trip on Me, to In the Closet.
Oh my god.
Closet.
Hey man, I gotta call Teddy after this, dude.
Yo,
you done got me thinking about that, man. You know what, man? I'm gonna tell you, man, them songs is really like, man, you sitting in and you questioning yourself, man. You're like, what am I doing with my life? Am I almost as good as this or no?
Yeah.
Did I do anything that made people think like this, man? Did I do one record? Out of all the records I did, if I got one, man, like I'm happy. Cause that stuff, man, I'm telling you, man, after I listen to that, I almost, man, feel like I'm like, you know what? I gotta go back and like do my studies again. Damn. Jeez, man.
Yeah. My favorite on the album is Dangerous, just because of the beats. You know, he talks through it, and then is the whole Dangerous. It's
the emotion. Listen,
oh my
god, he went off, man.
But we think about how young Teddy was with that. I mean, when I remember listening to an interview with Terry Lewis, and he said that one of the things about Teddy, that he's one of the most technical producers, and I didn't understand what he meant at that time, but he says he was very much into his technology. And the sound, and is one of the most technical. And the same thing Bryce mentioned, at Bryce Wilson.
That's my guy.
He was saying that when he was thinking about going into production, he looked at what Teddy was doing, I think, and they went the computer programming side as opposed to like MPC, because Teddy did that stuff. And I guess for us, we probably wouldn't understand it. Those of us who are not producers like yourselves probably can't tell the difference between what Teddy does with his sounds and his mixing and his engineering, and what others would do.
Man. I did my best, man, to emulate those mixes, man. After that, man, I just hope I just landed one, man. You know what I mean? On Bobby, on Joe, on somebody, man. You know what I'm saying? Like
one. You've landed more than one. The fact that Ezekiel, a gentleman in the chat, was asking you about snares and drums means that you've done something, because the fact that the work you put in and someone has picked up on that, as obscure as it might seem. So that's like you're getting flowers from your younger self, the work that your younger self put in.
Right.
So
I appreciate that, man.
No, but you've got more than that. Because listen, I'm here telling you about songs that I grew up with. From when I first heard Fong Song, and like I love Unleash the Dragon. That's like one of my favorite R&B albums from in that period. And when I heard from all the records that came on, from the title track or my Incomplete, as of all the records, when I heard Fong Song and I heard that string, when I heard them strings come in and then the hi-hats and the shuffle, I was like, what is this? I'd never heard anything like that before.
Thanks, man. You know what? Back then I was just on one, man. You know what I mean? I was just trying to be different. I didn't want anybody to compare us to anybody. So I was just trying different things. Because we had the tag on us like we was the young Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. Which that's an honor, man. But I'm like, I want to sound a little different than that, though, man. So I was always trying weird stuff and seeing if it worked, it worked. And it was to the point, like, if you didn't like it, you didn't like it. It was like one of them ones, like, you like it or you don't. You know what I mean? It was like all the way left, all the way right.
Yeah.
That was one of them things. I was doing that. Think about it on Slow Down.
Yeah.
You think, man, couldn't too many people sing on that? I had to write it because I heard it a certain way. And I knew, like, you know what, man, I can't get anybody to do this. I'm gonna have to like imagine myself being an artist And what would I say on a track like this? And that's what I did with Bobby's career all the way through to now.
And you did it perfectly. Because I remember Slow Down came out in 05, right?
Yeah, it sure did.
So when you think about where that sits in the sort of what I call the black playlist or the barbecue playlist, it sits the barbecue, funeral, christening playlist. It sits so nicely that then you've got you have Mario's the second album. You got the Scott Storch record.
Let Me Love You.
Let Me Love You. Those two are they're like bedfellows because they came out around the same time and they represent a similar thing. So, and those are two, they sit in the same kind of pocket of like love, like modern R&B love songs. Because if you also think about it, the bridge between R&B and hip hop, that kind of Puffy perfected and all that type of stuff, where rappers and R&B singers were kind of melding. You didn't feel it so much with, say, if I'm honest, with a Bobby or a Mario record, because these guys weren't cursing in their records necessarily. They were just pleading. They were singing.
Yeah.
And that's why, that is honestly one of the reasons why those songs have stood the test of the time, because they're not contemporaneous in that way. They're not sort of stuck to even slang necessarily.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
You know what it is too, man? I'm gonna tell you what it is too, man, is that, don't get me wrong, like technology is, if you think about it, that's the name of the game, is you always, pushing forward. I just think that the kids these days, man, like, put it this way, like, when you think of our era, we just took what the 70s and 80s was doing and we just pushed the envelope and we kept the nostalgic of what they was talking about, how they was singing, on and on. Now, man, it's so far gone now, man. I don't think it's gonna never be an era of 90s anymore, because you don't have the tape machines, number one. Everything's done on Pro Tools or anything or whatever it is, Fruity Loops, this, that. It's just nothing sounds like tape anymore. It just sounds like you just recorded it in your back room, man, and just put it out and you cued it as best as you can. You know what I mean?
Speaking
of sound like that.
We've got our guy Andy Mack.
Where's Andy?
He just sent a message saying, "Yo." So Andy Mack.
Oh, that's my guy, man. Matter of fact, me and him, man, are gonna do NAM together, man. We're gonna do
you guys about NAM?
Guy. Tell Mac I said what's up, man.
Yeah, okay. And
what time is it there, man? What are you doing up, man?
It's about 20. Well, the three of us, AK and myself, we're in England, so it is about 11:30 at night. But
wow,
yeah.
You know what? I'm just thinking about it. Andy, he's in New York right now, so he's
okay.
The same time as he's 1 hour ahead of me. I'm in Chicago, so he's in New York, so he's an hour ahead. I just thought about that. Yeah.
Okay. No, he says he's in LA. Andy says
I'm gonna tell you, man. You know what? Andy's a bad dude, man.
Yeah, he's in LA. I just got into LA. So Andy's he's pushing the is it Akai or is the MP3s? Is that what he's?
Yeah, MPC. Yeah, Akai MPC.
Yeah, but he's really good on the
Andy, I said, man, give me a live and stop playing around, man.
He's watching the stuff, so I've posted up there.
Andy, man, throw me a live tomorrow, man. I'm gonna get up there and I don't even know what I'm talking about, man. He throwing me in there, man, with the wolves, man. You know what I mean? Here's the MPC. What do you do with it? I'm like,
He's one of these guys. Yeah.
That's my guy, man.
I said I left New York and went to Texas, then back to LA over 3 days. Andy. So Andy
be working, man.
Yeah.
Hey, dude, Andy be working, man. They have him in all the continents, man. He be calling me and I'm like, where you at, man? He be like, I'm in the UK. I mean, then it's name a whole bunch of different places he in, man, in different countries. I'm like, how do you do all that, man?
He says out of stock.
No, I know. We talked about it.
Yeah.
It's out of stock. Yeah. I got the MPC too. And the first one, me and Andy kind of like put that together. But the 3, it's a couple things on there. I'm sure I know how to do it. I just don't know how to navigate through it. But I'll get it once I get mine. When I get out there, we'll figure it all out. By the way, man, you know what? Everybody that's in California, y'all roll up to NAMM, man, and come check me out, man. And then Teddy's performing too. He's
Oh
gonna perform
wow.
the next day. Yes,
Okay.
the NAMM is from Friday to Sunday.
I've got to come to one, man. I really, it's like one of my dreams, like to come to that, like to NAMM. It's like some people go, like I want to go to Comic Con and I want to go to NAMM, like just
Right.
because I like from a kid, when I was a kid actor, I spent most of my money on gear, whether it was buying like the Focusrite Platinum or buying my first MPC or trying to get an MV. I remember I wanted to buy an MV 8000 that Roland put out. Right. I was trying to cop everything. I love music equipment. But you was talking about tape earlier and about not being able to get that old sound back. I think the restrictions of technology and limitations of technology actually enforce the sound that comes out. So if you think about what doors have, you know, unlimited tracks, you know, according to, you know, whatever your processor is, but feasibly you can have unlimited tracks, and actually that's a bad thing, because I grew up with this idea of committing to tape because you had to, because you only had, whether it was 8 tracks or, you know, you had to commit to tape. So something has to be bounced. You've got to bounce your drums. You can't separate your drums out because we don't have the luxury of that. And
well,
so,
put it this way: on an SSL and on a tape, you get 24 tracks. So
yeah.
you know what I mean? So you use all them, you gotta throw another reel on and get busy. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
But you know what it is, man. I'm gonna tell you what I did with all them records back then, man. When because it was me and I had another engineer. His name was Andy, right? What's up, Andy? If you checking it out. But anyway, what we used to do is I used to do my tracks on tape, and then I make Pro Tools chase the track doing the vocals.
Oh, what would you use SMPTE to do that?
Yeah, I'll just like put SMPTE in there with the 3000 because my track was already on the tape. So I didn't want to lose that tape sound. But later on, Andy was like, hey, you know what, man? It don't matter if we do this, because if you're doing, and I mean, in a way, you kind of can't hear the difference. But he was like, soon as you have your track hit the tape, and soon as the tape hit the Pro Tools, it's all back, it turns to digital.
Yeah.
So analog turns to digital no matter what.
No matter what. Yeah.
Man, I started looking up all kinds of stuff on the internet, books, all kinds of stuff. He was right, man.
Yeah.
Like when something goes from analog and you put it in a digital format,
it's digital.
It turns to digital.
It is digital. Yeah, exactly. And I mean, that brings up like another thing as well, is that like everything is on, because when we were doing the Dr. Dre chat, we were talking about the precision of 2001, because my family owns a music venue in East London, and whenever we used to try and, you know, change the sound system, we'd use either Thriller or 2001 to calibrate the speakers. Now, for like old school producers and real technicians who spend all these hours working on the sound, it must feel so weird that like younger people don't really care about audio in the same way. Like I hated when people used to send me bad MP3 quality songs, because it ruined everything for me. A snare would suddenly sound watery. It would ruin things. So it's like, you know, a lot of effort is placed, you know, from the studio, especially the big studios, whether it's Hit Factory or wherever, or Larrabee and all these big multi-million-pound places, to make amazing sound, and then to just have it like ruined because, you know, younger people or people don't really care about audio in the same way. At least I don't think.
Yeah.
You know? So
yeah, you're right, man. You know what? This year is gonna be a lot different, man. When I tell you, everybody, I'm sure that everybody that came on you guys' show, man, they said they got to see. It's so many people, older artists, is coming out, man. This year is gonna be the year.
Good.
You know what I'm saying? I think you know what I'm gonna do, man? If I can find it, because it's so hard to find the Studers now. You know, the tape reels.
Yeah.
But I still wanna do my track on tape and make Pro Tools chase it. I still want to do that, man.
Yeah.
I know it's old school, but hey, I'm an old school guy, man. You know what I'm saying, man? Because you still, even though it changes it to digital, it still gives it's a certain sound that I don't know that the track that it gives if it's on tape.
Yeah.
Your kicks is thicker.
They're way
Your
thicker.
snares is thicker. I mean, everything. When you got everything in Pro Tools, man, dude, the more you put on your tracks, the less all the quality goes. It goes out the window.
Yeah.
Like if you put in two compressors, APIs, Focusrites, it don't do nothing but just drag the track down, man. You know what I mean? You don't even have to EQ anything or do anything, man, because it all sound the same. Sounds the same, man. I don't know. I'm talking technical, man. I know you sure.
That's
I
what
know
I'm
you
just
do
listening.
it, so you know what I'm talking about.
I love this stuff.
Man.
I spend most of my time like reading and listening to stuff like this. Like, have you ever read there's a Bruce Swedien book in the studio with,
I love it, man. You know what, man? Hey, man, God rest his soul, man. Yeah. I learned so much from him, man. Man, you know what? He was you know the J-Lo track I did called I did two on there called it was on the Rebirth album. I did I Love.
Yeah.
And then I did let me see. I Like.
Yeah.
I Love or something like that. So anyway, man.
Yeah, I know that record. Yeah.
Right. So it was crazy, man, because we was in the studio, man, right? And so Bruce he said he was looking at all those because we was all sitting there, man, in the back. It was like me, Rodney, let me see who else. Some other producers that was on the album, man. Corey Rooney. We was all sitting on the couch. So he was listening to my demo, right? He stopped it. He stopped the song right in the middle of it, right? He turned around. He was like, You did this, huh? And I'm like, yeah, I did. He was like, I could tell, man. He was like, man, you use this, use that, use this. Man, he told me everything that I used on my demo, man. That's how good he was, man. That dude was amazing, man. He could tell you what you used on your demo, man, before he mixed it.
That's crazy.
I didn't, you know what? I mean, I didn't even try to mix around him, man. I just wanted to just sit and just like get everything, man, what he was doing, man.
He's a guru, man. He was a
oh my goodness, guru, man.
I guess
that dude was crazy, man. Like you know, them Teddy tracks we talking about, he had something to do with the end result of all of them.
Yeah. And actually, if you look at some of them on a waveform, this was really interesting. I've looked at some of those things on the waveform, and everything's like maxed out, but it doesn't sound distorted.
You know, hey, you know what? He was the king of that. That's crazy that you mentioned that.
Yeah.
He was the king of that, man.
I've looked at it on a waveform and like, how is it? It's all peaking. But how does it sound like you could play it on any system and it don't distort? How?
You know what it is? I'm gonna tell you what he did a lot, man. Is he did a lot of what Dre do. He do a lot of gating. Yeah. Like he gated real hard to the point that like it just gave it a really tight, real hard and tight sound, man. Like when you turn it up, man, it just be jamming, man. You like, how the heck? That's how he did it. That's how he like hit the bus real hard, man. Because when he gated and compressed it, and did all that stuff, man, it just cleaned it all out, man. So it's like
it's crazy. Because I challenge anyone to look at the waveforms of the Bad album in particular.
Yeah,
loud.
I agree,
and it's not distorted as well.
Yeah, I agree with you, man. Yeah. And I saw his you know, the way he mixed and all that. He slammed the bus real hard, man, but somehow he never distorted, man.
Crazy.
So I kept I was asking him and looking, and he told me, man, he was like, hey, man, it's the compression. It's the compression mixed with the gating, mixed with the, you know, the EQing, and you know what I mean? Because so he used the compression that's on the board, but then he used a lot of like outboard gear too. Hey man, he had racks and racks and he had so many racks, man. You almost couldn't even walk in the studio, man. He had all kinds of crazy stuff he would use, man. But you know, that was back in the day, of course, when you didn't have Pro Tools, when you didn't have to like, you know, put like so much inserts on everything and dragging your mix down, man. You know what I mean? Because on tape, you can do whatever you want on tape, man. It didn't even bother it, man. But as soon as you mess with it, I don't know. That's just me, man.
Yeah. Malik is asking on the 25th anniversary of Willa Ford's first album, Willa Was Here. I hope you put TV tracks and instrumentals of Tender. Did you do that? Do you remember?
I sure did. Yeah, I did a song
Okay.
called Tender on there. Nah, that's not an instrumental, man. Sorry, man. I wish.
Okay.
But yeah, so I talked to her, man. Matter of fact, she's got a new single out right now, and she's coming out with an album this year too. Man, there's so many people coming out. Everybody's coming out, man. Everybody.
What can we hear? What can we expect from you? Anything that you've just been on the studio doing that we can expect to hear from you?
Oh yeah, man. Everybody, man. From Sean Stockman. I'm about to work with him. Donnell, he's coming out. I'm about to do a whole album with him.
Amazing.
Let me see who else. I can go on, man. On and on and on, man. But let me see if I can think of a few. You know what, man? Some of them said don't tell anybody. I can't.
Okay.
I'll just leave y'all with them. And you know what I'm gonna do? I'm going back. I'm going back to tape, bro. I got to, man.
Dope. Can't wait,
Is it
man.
to capture the sound? Is there something about the sound that you want to?
Yeah, I just want that sound, man. You know what I mean? I don't know, man. I just long to finally hear something that sounds like what we was doing back then, man, in the 90s.
But it's whether people appreciate make it, because the digital CD quality of songs, because we don't hear it, so we can get mashed up MP3s and that might not sound as crystal clear, but because you get used to it, you probably, I don't know.
Man, you know what? I got a way. You'll hear it crispy. Trust me. You won't even put it this way. You won't even know I did it. You probably would know because I told you. That's the only reason why you know.
But it's good that you're saying that, because people who will appreciate that will look out for it. And
exactly.
And, you'll look out for it. And in the knowledge that you have recorded in that way, I don't know, hearing it's like, I'll use this example, like when there's the new Star Wars, when Force Awakens, the first one that they released 2015, right, when that came out, there was this real clamoring to get back to practical effects.
I already know what you're talking about, man.
Yeah, they want to get back to practical effects, and whether it's practical effects or miniatures and all these things that made things real. Versus the prequels of Star Wars, everything was made on a blue screen or a green screen.
Right, exactly.
And the knowledge that you're like, oh, this is people who are actually making stuff. You care about it. It's in the same way as if someone said, like, oh, everything I made a song and it's all AI, or I did this and it's all AI. You're like, Whereas if you're telling people, like, no, this is all organic, corn-fed, and I use these ingredients and I use this procedure, people who care will care.
Exactly. You know what? You hit it on the nose. Because right now, you know what? Like, all the new stuff that's out right now is just letting you miss some steps of what we used to do in the 90s. So you just gotta love, if you love to work like that, which I do, then you don't mind it. You know what I mean? Because to me, it's about the sound, man. I already know, man. I'm not gonna. I mean, I hope I don't, but I'm not gonna do anything that don't please me. You know what I mean? So if it don't please my ears, man, that's why Dre and all them dudes, man, they don't put nothing out these days, man, because it's like they're like, man, you know what? There's a lot of work I got to do, and I maybe don't feel like doing it. Maybe I don't know, in another year or two, but like the stuff that's out right now and the stuff that sounds like what it is right now, I don't want to sound like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what they're saying to the song. They're like, okay, what do I got to do to have my own sound in this genre?
In this time, yeah.
Just want to capture some of the questions. They want to ask about, can you ask this, Ezekiel's asking some unreleased stuff you did with Portrait.
Wow, man. Who was that?
Ezekiel.
How did he find that out, man? It's crazy, man.
Can you ask about the unreleased album?
That when I was living in Atlanta. Wow, man. You know what happened, man? I'm gonna tell you what, unfortunately, man, I hate it too. I'll be thinking about them at like every other week or something like that. What happened was, okay, I don't know if you guys been in Atlanta before, but remember, you know, when you get off, you take a train to the terminal, and then there's a cart that takes you to your car, right? So I left my bag of that on the cart, man. And it was all our tracks, man, from like at the time, it was like, what, 94, 95? it was all my stuff we did from '93 to '95. I left it on the damn car. Like, damn.
Oh, is that the one that
Those tortured
Daryl
lives.
Simmons told you to just keep moving on?
Oh, say it again now.
Was that when Daryl Simmons told you just to just
Yeah,
keep?
exactly. Yeah. He was like, hey man, you know what? What's the beauty, man, of all this, man, is how fast you do tracks, man. Because I've seen it firsthand. Just put your head down and go to work, man. He said you'll get them back by the end of this year. But I still was like, I still want those though, man. You know what I mean? I'm like, man, because some of that stuff had like vocals on there, man. Like had demos and stuff like that. I can't replace, man. You know what I mean? I don't know, man. You just think about stuff like that. I know I can, do the amount of tracks I had, but the actual tracks and the vocals that I had on there, I can't replace.
Alex is asked him about the unreleased sophomore album from the group Mister.
Oh, that was in Atlanta too. Same thing. It was on that. It was the songs that I did. It was in that bag, man. We did like the whole album, man, and it was weird. Same situation, man. Sylvia Rhone heard them. I don't know. They're changing now. They're getting older. Just don't sound like it. Like that's what we were thinking about when we were doing them. She let them go, man. Like the next week.
Oh, she let them go.
And that's how Bobby came to my house in California, man, because he got dropped from the label, from Elektra.
So when he came out with "Slow Down," what was he on?
He was signed to Def Jam, so LA signed him.
Okay, goodness.
He was on Elektra, the group.
Okay.
So Sylvia Rhone, she let him go.
Okay.
That's how it ended up. We ended up getting him on with Def Jam when LA was up there. But I take that back. I did that track, and then I had some guys at the radio station at Cali that knew me, so they just started playing. So then what happened was his wife got pregnant, and that's when it really blew up, man, because she had the day shift. So they started playing it during the day, and then he was playing it at night. So it was already big when LA got inked this deal. So he called me up like, hey man, what's this slow down song I'm hearing, man? I'm like, yeah, I did it. He was like, dude, man. He was like, hey man, I can make that a global success, man. Let me do it for you. Come on, Tim. Come on, man. And so we did a deal with him, and then he kept his word, man. It was like #1 in about like what, a month or two. And it went #1, man, all over the world. It's crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah. LA's awesome, man. Shout out to him.
And you came to the UK and did stuff. Is it Damage?
Yeah. Matter of fact, that was for Joe.
Oh, that was for Joe.
That was for Joe, man. When we did, and okay, so Missing You and Ghetto Romance, that's the name of the song. Ghetto Romance. So we did both of them on Joe's album on the I forgot what was the name of it. The one where he laying down, that orange one.
Okay.
Orange looking album. You know what I'm talking about?
I
don't know. He did so many albums.
I found you. It's got no, it's got what's it got on it?
It's the one right before. It's the one. I think it's the one before I did the record with
my name is Joe.
Yeah. That one. So I did, man. When I tell you, he stayed in Atlanta for like a month. I did like about 7 songs, man. And his manager at the time didn't like Missing You and Ghetto Romance. So I gave Missing You the case.
Oh, so Ghetto Romance was for Joe.
Exactly. I got it.
Crazy.
I got the one that Joe's on too.
That's crazy. So you wrote Ghetto Romance top to bottom?
Yeah, being Joe and Bob did. Yeah.
That is because that's like a staple like UK R&B record. Like that's
wow.
Of it. No, it is.
Yeah.
Damage were a huge group over here. Like I mean, like growing up, like they were massive. And Ghetto Romance is one of those songs that still you put it on in the club or at the house.
Wow.
No,
wow. Thank you.
Crazy.
Appreciate it.
No, it's a crazy record.
Yeah.
Really appreciate it, everybody.
I need me some ghetto romance.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
Hey,
still on
Hey,
play.
Joe's version, he smoked it, dude.
Wow.
Oh my God. And Missing You, man, he smoked it.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna have to send you guys. Hey, man, I got records to send to you guys, man.
Please, 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 please,
Yeah.
please.
I recently heard Case. He was on Kenny Burns, and he was like, he didn't like Missing You because he thought it was too poppy. I was like,
Yeah, you know what? Because he didn't pick that, man. JoJo picked it. The head that was vice president of A&R at Def Jam at the time. So he picked it and he liked it. And what happened was Joe's manager said he didn't like it. So I was like, okay, I like it. And then he liked it. He's like, hey man, I'm gonna have Case come in here and sing it. So we had Case come in. He lost his voice, obviously. He's another one. So I was like, hey man, can you at least just so when your voice come back, you already know the song already. So you ain't gotta you can just close your eyes and sing it. He's like, okay, I'll go in there and I'll just do the demo and then I'll just, you know what I mean? So when he went in there, man, he did pretty good on like about 3 or 4 tracks, right? I'm like, hey man, give me 2 more, man. We'll be good, man. Right? He was like, all right. He got on the end and he said, I can't sing no more, man, right? And it was all off we said it at. So I just scooted it in where I thought the rhythm would be good on it.
oh, that's why, because I kept listening, and I thought it was at the end of the song, but then you
It
put it
sure
in the
was,
middle,
yeah.
so you wouldn't even know that was him saying, "I can't sing no more."
Yeah.
At the end, because if you listen to it, he says, "I can't sing no more," but that's in the middle of the track.
It sure is, yeah. And he was like, man, I was like, hey man, can you give me another one, man? He was like, I can't do it, man. That's it, man. So I just picked the vocals from those 4 tracks, and I don't know, man. It's just like God was just sitting right next to us, man. Number 1 for 2 months or something like that.
Goodness,
yeah, man.
Goodness.
You know that I when I go back and think, man, I was like, hey, man, I was just sampling weird stuff, man, because that's not even something that a lot of people sample, man. I just heard some piano going, dun, 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 you know what I mean? I just sampled it and just played on top of it, man, and then put a whole track over it, and that was it.
The background, though, is that the same guy that does all your back vocals?
Gramico, yeah, Gramico. He did the backgrounds on there.
Because that's because every time anyone that listens to your stuff, it's the the guy who does the backing vocals, ads always says, yeah, that's your signature sort of harmonies. You know, when if you listen to an LA and Babyface or Baby,
yeah,
you
I know
always hear Babyface singing in the background with Daryl Simmons, so you can always tell that.
Hey, you know what, man? You know how I did that? I'm gonna tell you the secret, man. It's just what Devontae was doing too, man. Me and Bob would sing on all of our tracks, turn it down, and then put Gramico on there. That's why it had a certain sound to it, because our tones was in there.
Okay.
So we would put it in there. We like on some of the notes, we would do some of the notes and turn them down, and then we have Gramico just go over what we did.
Okay.
And we did that so it can have a signature sound to it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
That's what I said. I will always know it. You hear Tim and Bob when you had that guy in the backgrounds. Yeah,
Gramico. Yeah, exactly. He was our secret weapon, man.
Yeah,
he really was, man. That was a bad dude, man. But you know what? I'm gonna tell you, man. Hey, you remember if you think of a chord, right? If you think of a chord on a keyboard,
yeah,
I'm gonna tell you what we used to do, man. Like, say if you play a C chord, right?
Yeah.
A C major.
Yeah.
Right. The last one will be like, I don't know. Let me see. A D or a C.
Yeah.
What I would do was take that high C, and put it down on an octave lower.
Okay.
That's why they would always sound like that. And I would make sure I put another note really, really close to that. Like a 7th or you know what I mean? 7th and 9th.
Just to give it a different like substitutions in that.
Exactly. So it would sound like electricity going, man. We would always do that all the time. Like whatever note we could find that was next to that note we will put at the bottom, we will make sure we put another one right next to it, and they just rub together, man, and it messes with your ears, man. So we will always do that, man, and we learned that from Jam and Lewis, man. But we just perfected it, though. You know what I mean? We just did it our own way. We'd be like, okay, if we did that right there, Let's do a couple high ones like that. Like if it was a high note, we find another note and just make it rub on that one, man. You know what I mean? A seventh or a ninth, and 11, just rub on that, and that will be our signature harmonies right there. You know what I mean? We never do the same harmony the same. You know what I mean? Never stacked it the same. It'll always be different.
Goodness.
Yeah.
Akenji, if you were to think of if you had, okay, 10 tracks, Tim and Bob, what would, for favorite, which would make, can you make, or do you want to go 5?
Let me see if I can go 5, and then I'll see if I can go a little further. How about that?
I mean, missing you for sure.
Missing you. That's up in there somewhere.
Slow down.
Slow down. Tell me.
Tamia.
Boys to Men. 50 Candles.
Oh, crazy.
Joe, we did So Beautiful.
Oh.
Let me see.
You did a Music Soul Child record as well, didn't you?
I sure did, man. How'd you know that, man?
Just know some stuff, man. Was it impossible?
Wow, man.
Impossible, right? Was it impossible?
Exactly. We sure did.
Yeah.
I know you know I can't go on.
Music's one of my people. And then
let me see.
those songs got to be up there.
Get it up. We did on From the Time on TLC for Poetic Justice.
Get it up.
Yeah,
that was you.
That was our first hit, man. That went number 1, man. That was our first one. They Don't Know, that's in there somewhere.
They Don't Know. You got too many. I didn't know you did. I didn't know you did that. For some reason, I thought that was Dallas.
Yeah. Did let me see what else we do on there. I did. Me and Arnold, we did Let's Take Our Time on TLC. Crazy. That on that Crazy Sexy Cool album. That's in there too.
That's one of my uncle's favorite albums as well. That's crazy.
Let me see.
Brian McKnight used to be mine.
Brian McKnight, that's in there. Take Care of Home from David Hollister. We have about 10 or 12 now. Let me see. Donnell Jones. What's that one? I'm Gonna Be. That's in there. Oh no, that's a lot of them I did, man.
You got too many, man. And look, Get a Romance. I didn't know. Like, why didn't I know this? Like, Get a Romance is a classic.
I forgot all about that, man.
That is a classic song.
But it still gets played on Capitol here in the UK. So
it's played in this house. Like, it's played in this house. Like,
wow, man. I appreciate it, guys. I really do, man.
You know what, man?
I did that, man. When I was done, you know what? I gotta say, man, out of all the records, man, and it happened a lot, but that's really one I was like, I might do something, because you know, you second guess yourself, because I listen to the track a lot to try to already be ahead of the game. You know what I mean? Because I always be thinking about the mixes, how I'm gonna make it sound and color it and all that. So you listen to the track a million times, and after, I don't know, about the 20th time, you're like, it's not good as I thought. Is this gonna do anything? I don't know. And then this hear that you guys say that, man, that makes me really happy, man. I'm like, stop doing that. You know what I mean? It's like, you guys haven't heard it 20 times as much as I did.
Exactly. But then that's the beauty of music, because once it leaves you, the creator, it's not yours anymore. So
exactly. It's you hit it right on the nose, man.
It's not yours.
So you better get it right, because once it go out there, it's gone, man.
Yeah, it's like Usher has been talking a lot recently about Pop Your Collar, which Americans don't know about. But I remember that as the first single.
Right, exactly.
And I remember the video, he had the rhinestones and he was doing all the funny dancing. And then I remember reading about like LA and them having scrapped it. But he's been talking about it recently and saying like Americans don't know about it. No, we know that record. Like,
hey, you know what's crazy, man. I got a story for y'all, man. So remember that track from Dalvin I did on let me see, what was that on? That was on Players Club, I think.
Okay.
A song called Get Mine, right?
Yeah.
So let me go back. So he used to live by me and Bob. He lived down the street, right? And he had a Jeep. So he came over one day, man, right? And I could tell that he was kind of like bothered, man. I was like, what's going on, man? He was like, man, here, he said, let's go upstairs, man. So I had a little studio up next to my room, right? So we was up there and he was like, man, and he kind of cried a little bit, right? And I was like, hey, what's wrong, man? You okay? So I'm thinking that somebody was messing with him because he used to always drive around with his boys in his Jeep.
Yeah.
Like he used to pull the top off and ride around. I'm like, somebody mess with you, man? You good? He was like, yeah, I'm good, man. I'm like, well, what's going on? He was like, all right, man, let me tell y'all guys. He was like, I just had a meeting with LA, man. He was like, if I don't have a hit record this time, he gonna drop me, man. I'm like, for real? So he was like, hey, man, if y'all can help me, man, I'd love it, man.
Oh, Tim, we can't hear you.
So I did
Yeah.
get the song "Get Mine." I did that, and that was gonna be the first single, right?
Yeah.
How about, man, Jermaine go do another "Get Mine," and his was the first single, and it kicked ours off.
Oh.
So the one I did on Dalvin, that was for Usher. That was gonna be his first single.
Wow.
On his second album. What he
On My Way.
His second album was named My Way, right?
My Way, yeah, My Way, yeah.
Yeah. So we named the album My Way. So Jermaine, he heard that we was gonna get the first single because he worked on that whole album, right? So he's like, I'm not gonna get the first single. So he changed one of his records to My Way, man.
Yeah. Oh, that's
So
crazy.
they couldn't have two My Ways on it. So Usher was like, hey man, you want to change the name of it, man? Don't get on there, man. I'm like, nah, man, I want it to be My Way, man. I was young and stuck in my ways. So I was like, nah, man, I want to keep it My Way, man. He was like, man, you got to change it, man. This can be this first single, man. I'm like, nah, I want it to be My Way, man.
Yeah.
I could have named it something else, man. You know what I mean?
No, I didn't know it went down like that. I didn't know.
Yeah, it sure did, man.
That's
It really did. Yeah.
It's crazy.
Oh goodness! But I mean, is that stuff that you guys would do though as producers back in the day? Was that the rivalry? I mean, now things are different, but back then,
It sure was, man. It was. You know what? There's a lot of things that's different now, man. Now it's I'm gonna tell you what's a lot different now is that if you get if it didn't say produced by you, people didn't never think that it was you. So if you would go to the artist and tell them that you want to change the credits and all that, it costed them $200,000 to change the credits, man. That's why they never did it.
Because of the you had to actually you're manufacturing, so you're printing stuff and all that.
There you go, because it was getting printed.
Yeah.
So now it's all from the computer, so it's easy to go in there and change it now.
Yeah.
But back then, man, it costed them $200,000 to be right on the next shipment. So that's why they never did it.
Yeah, because it's like that's cutting into recoupment. That's cutting into recoupment.
Bingo.
Yeah.
Now you thinking you already see how it's going.
Yeah. It's so funny because you can do so much like that now. Everything is modular. Like if you put out a record and you don't like it, you can just go onto the distro and then replace the file up because Kanye was the first one to actually like show how that could work. I can't remember what album it was, but he kept on editing. He was live editing the album after it had been delivered to stores. And
right.
You couldn't do that before. You could never do that stuff. But the story you're telling me about My Way and Get Mine, it reminded me of a story I heard about Full Moon, Brandy.
Yeah.
Because I heard that story recently about like
how
he want the Full Moon song, so then they named the album Full Moon. So it's like, all right, we're stuck.
Exactly, man. Yeah. You know what, man? Myself as I am, the age I am now, I would have told my younger self, like, are you crazy, dude? Don't do that, man. Usher gonna be one of the biggest artists in the world, man. You know what I mean? Yeah. I didn't know, man. You know what I mean? It's like we were like, he ain't gonna do anything, man. And I think that My Way album sold what, like 15 million, man, something like that.
Crazy, yeah.
But I guess it's also like, what happens thereafter, though, is that because not just that, being able to continue to work with him.
That's it messed that up too, because he was like my little brother, man. You know what I mean? He really was, man. And that just severed our relationship, man. We didn't, because you know what happened, because his mom paid for the session. So only way we can get the reels back, we had to pay his mom back. So we got the reels back, and then I just did it over on Dalvin.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So he was mad. He was like, hey man, that was my record, man. You gave it to Dalvin. I'm like, hey man, man, hey, that's the way it worked. My younger self said that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hey, that's the way it go, man. But no, that ain't the way it go. That's the way you want it to go. You know what I'm saying? Like you wasn't thinking long term, man, back then.
Yeah. Hindsight.
You know what I mean?
20 hindsight.
So yeah, that happened to me a lot, man. A lot. I was doing a lot of that, man. I ain't gonna even lie, man. I was doing a lot. Now, you know what? I wouldn't do it to save my life, man, because if it's somebody's record, it's somebody's record, man. You know what I mean? Silly me, man. I'm like, oh, you don't want it? I'll show you. You know what I mean? I was doing that, man. Not even knowing I was messing myself up, man. You know what I mean? It was crazy.
Yeah. I know you keep talking about the missed opportunities, all the records that didn't get released and stuff. And I think it's, as much as we talk about the ones that are big, you think about the ones that didn't come through. Even the one with the girl from Cut Close.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we got her signed to Capitol. Matter of fact, we did her whole album. It didn't come out.
Bob said that was probably one of the best produced stuff that you guys had done, but really disappointed that it just messed up just before it came out.
Man, did he tell you what happened, man?
He said that 1 minute, Athena, yes, that she, you guys were like, come on, Athena, do you want to write with us and all? And she was, yeah, things. No, you guys do everything.
Yeah,
and
it was crazy. So it was crazy, man. Let me just real quick, just clean it up, man. So it's funny, man. So we was like at the peak of our career, man. But so we already knew, like, if Bob started this way, I was going to end it up with the record like this way. You know what I mean? Like when we write. So we were writing, man, doing our thing, man, asking her, like, you know what, jump in. If you got some ideas, just let us know. We'll get it in there. We'll do what we got to do. You know what I mean? So we were writing it so fast because me and Bob was like on telekinesis. Like if he did something, I know it. Or if he was about to write, I already knew what he was kind of going to write. That's how the different level that we were on, man. You know what I mean? Like it was crazy, man. One day she walked in, man, and she was like, she must have just had lunch with her manager or something like that. So she comes in and like, you know what? I want to write. Y'all write everything. I'm tired of it. I'm like, huh? Like, man, we told you if you want to write, like, let us know. Nah, I don't like that, man, that y'all wrote everything. Then she left and came back and was like, you know what? I don't like none of the songs. Mind you, man, these songs is up there with anything we did, anything that we did. Anything, wow. Man. Name a song, man, up there with anything. So she goes, matter of fact, I don't like the songs. So we was like, really? She goes up to the label and tell them. Told the label, her manager, man, like, he just like messed her mind up, dude. Got all in her mind, got her all messed up, man. She was gonna be the next Janet, man. That's how dope this album is, man. She was gonna easily be the next Janet, man. I know a lot of people say that, but I'm telling you, we had her sounding just like, it was almost, it was one of them things probably, man. God was like, nope, because if y'all put this out, they're gonna be thinking y'all biting too much off of Janet and Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. Because we were sounding just like one of her albums, man. But just a little bit different. But the harmonies, oh my God. And the subject matter, man, we was all over the place, man.
Wow.
But I mean, she messed it up, man. It was one of them things. But we had her signed to Capitol, which is one of the at the time, was one of the biggest labels in the world. And they gave her anything she wanted. Wow. And we had just was coming off a thong song. So, I mean, it was just, everything was just perfect, man. They was ready to spend the money, you know what I mean? And it didn't happen.
And they dropped her once you guys went to, you guys didn't.
Dropped her, man.
Wow.
Dropped her, man. Once she told, because we went up there for a meeting and they was like, hey, yo, man, she said she didn't like what y'all did, man. And then it was like, but we're listening to it. We like it. And it was like, you know what? So unfortunately, man, we're going to start over. I'm like, no, we good, man. So we just took the money that they gave us and broke out because that was our money anyway from, that we was going to get on the back end. So we just took the check and just took a loss, man. But it hurt to this day, man. It really do. Because it was unfortunate, man, because it didn't have to happen that way,
Kenny's accent, did Tim ever work with Blackstreet?
No, I didn't. I wish I would have.
Okay.
Because I love those guys, man.
And Alex says, did you know that Babyface sang the demos to Baby Come To Me by Kevon on his debut album? Did you work with Kevon on his debut album? Or
yeah, I did. Yep, I worked on him. I did When You Move It Like That, and what's another one I did? When I'm With You.
Okay.
And that set us up to work with Babyface. I mean, I already knew him for the beginning of our career because obviously the face was in Atlanta.
Mm.
But we ended up getting real cool when we did They Don't Know. We just was like, cool, man. You know what I mean? So he just hit us one day. We was over at DreamWorks. He hit us up one day and said he wanted us to come to the studio. He want to work with us. I'm like, wow, really?
Oh.
Amazing, man. And that's how I got a joint on that album right there I was talking about, that Face to Face album.
So it seems as if popular music, or if you were to ask any sort of person who listens to music worldwide, Thong Song would be the one everyone would know. But I guess if you're talking to the R&B community, They Don't Know would probably be the song that everyone just says, yeah, that's our jam. What do you think?
Yeah, you're right. Maybe They Don't Know and Slow Down.
Mm.
But I think I did a few more, that was that I'd be like, hey, how come y'all not mentioning this one, man? You know what I mean? But I'm just glad they mentioning anything, man. You know what I mean? I was just trying to just like make a mark and just do some things, man, that we can look at to this day and be proud of, man. I'm proud of your work that you did, man. But Thong Song on a pop level, because it did really big in what I say, like 30 different countries.
Yeah.
It was number one at the moment in 30 different countries. So when we were traveling abroad, man, everybody like, you did Thong Song? I'm like, yeah, we did. I hope y'all don't judge us by that. You know what I mean? Because I got a gang of other sounds I want to get out there, man. You know what I mean? And then when They Don't Know came out, so They Don't Know and Slow Down. That's what I'm getting marked with. You're right, in the R&B community. It's weird, man. They don't even mention the Thong Song, man, in the R&B community.
No, I don't think. Yeah, I don't think it's. I mean, it was because of very poppy. It was a very pop song, and
Yeah.
I mean,
You're right.
as I said, for MTV at the time, the video, everything, it was like massive. But if I'm listening to a track now, I'd rather hear, They Don't Know will be the one that everyone just sings to, or maybe Missing You, and Bobby V, Slow Down. Those
Yeah,
would be the tracks that people would then start to vibe to and stuff. Because I know when Bobby V came to London last month, or for they, it was massive based on he was singing those ones. And when
right.
John B came last year, yeah, he was singing They Don't Know, and
Yeah.
everyone was singing along with that.
It's crazy, man. I was trying to give a thanks to Teddy on They Don't Know, man. I try to get this. I try to get that snare to sound like Before I Let You Go. You know that song from Blackstreet?
Yeah.
I was listening to that on my way down to the studio. I'm like, man, what? Maybe I can get a snare to sound like that, man. You know what I mean? And I ended up getting it popping like that, man. You know what I mean? I just kept messing around and EQing and all that. I got it right.
Yeah. Okay, they even say to me as I'm serving to you, I maybe the fabulous remix that really then I think that one was that bigger than the original Tamir one.
It was obviously in the hip hop community, but the R&B community to me is the biggest.
Mm.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
we get checks from either or. So it all work. It all work out. I ain't tripping. You know what I mean?
Hill says, ask Tim if he remembers doing Now I'm Gone by Monica.
Oh wow, man! Thanks, man. Thanks, appreciate that. Yeah, I do remember that. What's crazy is it was sounding real. It was sounding like older woman would sing on it, or older artist when we were done. But then Clive and Dallas was like, "Hey, man, we got to keep this on the album, man, because that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to show that even though she's 12 or 13, she's got like an old soul. You know what I mean? Like, so they want to keep that on there. But yeah, man, it's crazy, man. We worked with her for about like 3 or 4, maybe almost about a year until Dallas did his records, man. 'Cause I don't know, he didn't want to do it at first, man. We was working with her every day, man, for about almost a year until Dallas like, yo, man, I'm gonna do a couple records on it. Cause he was like, man, you know what? Y'all just keep working on her and get her right in the studio, because her and Beyonce, we did a record on Destiny's Child on their first album, and she was doing the same thing Monica was doing. They were just busted. their voices was so thick, they was busting mics, man. $10,000 Sony mics, and we had to pay for them.
Oh, the Sony C, what is it? The C something?
Yeah,
yeah,
the
yeah,
Sony,
yeah.
the Sony, the C800, is it?
The 800, that's the one.
Yeah, the C800, busting them, man, dude. That's how big their voices was.
Wow.
I mean, they were busting one every week, man. We had to come out of our pocket paying for them too. We had to tell them, like, look, if y'all gonna get loud, you gotta pull back, man, because you're gonna bust it. Oh, I got it. Don't worry about it. Boom, bust every week.
That's crazy.
Every single week, man. So we had to really work on them getting their vocals right and letting them understand that they just got some powerful voices, man. You know. So we ended up getting them right, man. You know.
I just want to find out in the 90s, some of the what did you make of Show Shock and Colin being
I like them.
being European and how they sort of adapted to R&B when they came over?
They had their own sound, man. I liked them, man. You know what I mean? I really did, man. Hey, look, you know what? Hey, man, this is a hard business, man. And doing music is really hard to capture your own sound, man. So you know what? I give everybody their flowers for back then, man, because it was a lot of competition out there, and it was really hard, man. So if you ended up with a sounding on your own and not really biting off everybody, man, you got to give people props, man.
Yeah.
So I think that they were pretty good, man.
Yeah,
I really do, man. They're really good. They mixed They Don't Know for us too. We remixed it.
Wow.
Oh yeah, Soul Power. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I did that record for Whitney, Heartbreak Hotel or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, they did that one. Yeah.
Yeah, and they did what's the Never Wanna See for Monica, Before You Walk On My Life.
Oh yeah, Before You Walk Out of My Life. That was dope too.
Records. They did Do for Love. They did Wonder If Heaven's Got a Ghetto. They did like loads of joints. But I mean, that's very gracious of you, Tim, to say that, because look, that is the reality of anything at the elite level. It's you have to give props to the fact that making money and making a living in any business is hard, but at this, as competitive as music is, that's very gracious of you to say that, to big them up in that way. That's
absolutely, man, because to wake up and don't do no other job but music.
Yeah.
And then, you actually have a long tenure in doing it. It's got to say something about you being good. You know what I mean? It's like that's right there.
100%.
So I think, man, they had their own sound and they did well for themselves. And I think they were good, man. Because when you go back and listen to them records, man, it ain't like nobody's flat and sharp in the record. They didn't sing flat or sharp. So they knew what they were doing with the vocals. And then their track sounded good. So, nah, man, got to give it up to them, man.
For real.
You know what I mean? You gotta give it up to him, man. I mean, and again, like I said, man, this is a hard business, man. And if you're gonna last the test of time, man, that says something about you, man.
100.
I mean, Tim, we've kept you for a long time. So, do you have any sort of rounding up stuff to ask or talk to Tim before?
Nothing. I asked my main question, which is about. Listen, I came from Malibu Dre, and I got way more of an education than that. Yes, I'm so blessed, and like I'm so satisfied, and thank you for spending the time and humoring me, and just want to give you your props. Thank you for the music that you put out and put into this ecosystem, man. You're saving marriages. You're getting people married. Hopefully, one day I'll be putting, on my wedding playlist. There'll be some Tim Bob. You know what I mean?
Hey, man. You know what? I hope so, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
I just, like I said, man. You know what I mean? First of all, that's my brother right there down there, man. So, you know what I mean? I just want, you know what, man, and I just wanted to bring. When I really figured out, man, what I need to be doing after a lot of people told me, yeah, I got married to your song. I named my kids after your song. It's like it make you really realize, like, I'm right where I need to be at. You know what I mean? Like, I'm doing what I should be doing, man. And if I just made somebody smile off my records, man, you know what I mean? I'm good to go, man. But it doesn't stop here, man. Like, you know what I mean? I got a lot of stuff coming out this year, so y'all look out for it.
I will do, man.
For real, man.
Yeah.
I'll let you guys know, man, as I go along with all the other stuff too. And I want to send records that didn't make it or didn't come out.
that I think that was pretty good. I would like to have you guys rate it, man. See what you think.
For sure.
Yeah, I mean, I always have to thank. I mean, there was a time that Tim and will almost go live almost every other week with Jackie McGee, and so, but I realized Tim has been in the studios and busy, so I've sort of gave you space. So Tim, it's been, I appreciate the fact that after a couple of months that you made the time this evening. And the fact that I like to go live with you is because I want your fans to be able to ask questions so they know, and so you can appreciate the fact that people love what you guys have done and what you're still doing, and going live means that people can ask those questions with you. But I don't take for granted when anybody takes time to say, oh, I'm gonna come on live and answer questions, because
Right.
not everyone does that. So I always appreciate you, Tim, and I can't wait to continue to hear the music
Right.
from you, your production and everything.
Yeah, man. You know what? I was gonna round it off by saying this, man. Like, we would be stupid not to answer the questions because it's because of them we even who we are. You know what I mean? Like, if it wasn't for them buying the records or streaming it or whatever, man, like, we wouldn't even be doing this, man. So,
Yeah.
man, I'm just glad that you got a platform that we can come on and actually, conversate about things and talk about things that didn't happen and did happen. I mean, it made me, man. You know what I mean? So, I thank you guys, man, for everything, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, a
Love.
lot of love, Tim. So, Tim, we'll let you, because it's been 2.5 hours, so you've held onto the phone, and normally Tim would be in his studio, with the lighting and everything, but um, he wasn't able to. The lighting wasn't going to be great tonight, and he did say,
Told you, don't
and I
man.
said I'd rather just have him talk than him not being around. So he has been very gracious to make amends, and he didn't get set up. So the fact that he's been holding up his phone in the dark is testament to, hey man, it's testament to who Tim is, and so that's why I have nothing but a lot of respect and appreciation for you. So yeah, so thank you. So he'll be back, well, as soon as because Tim, when he has the music ready, he'll definitely be back to let us know so we can
Absolutely, man.
support that new music and stuff.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, I'll be back, man. Like, sooner than you think, man. Matter of fact, I saw. You know what? I could just throw a couple nuggets, man, but I can't go all the way, or they won't work with me again, man. I'm gonna stop doing that, man.
Yeah. Tim, before you go, can you let people know? Because I know you've got something coming up. So in case anyone is in the, um, I think you've got. Let me see. I thought you were doing. I thought
Yeah,
you had
first of all,
January 23rd.
y'all come follow me, man, at I am Tim Kelley,
Yeah.
and
So
then you'll see all the information right there. But basically, what me and Andy is doing is some of my hit records is we're gonna break them down in stems to new drum machines, the new Akai drum machines, and we're gonna talk about, like, the stories about what I was thinking about when I did the track, or just stories like that. And we're gonna do it at the NAM show. It's gonna be
yeah,
Saturday
yeah,
at
23rd.
12. Yeah, and it's gonna be the February next week. So that's gonna be the weekend of next week.
Yeah, next week Friday.
Yeah, so y'all come on out, man. Teddy's gonna perform too, so
Crazy.
that's gonna be dope.
Crazy.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
can't wait. I can't wait for that myself, man. I'll
Yeah.
be
Crazy.
fanning out.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
So Andy was came on and stuff like that. So yeah, definitely. So yeah, so this for anyone in the, is it the LA area, or where's this?
Yeah, it's in Anaheim, the NAM
Anaheim.
show in Anaheim,
Okay.
California.
Yeah.
And Andy, if you're hearing me, man, what's this time and what room? I
No,
can't
so
remember.
it's quarter to one, and room 204A.
Okay, all right,
Yeah.
that's it right there.
Yeah.
If you guys forget or you can't remember, you can just come to my Instagram and you can look at it, or go to Andy's, or go to the Kai Instagram. You'll see it there too.
Yeah. So everyone, if you're watching, you can see the ticket below. It is I am Tim Kelley, and with a EY at the end of Kelly, um, on Instagram. So yeah, be able to follow that, and then also AK Kenji. He's got his new TV drama Black Ops season 2 out in
Hey,
the
what's your
UK.
IG again, man? I gotta follow you, man.
I just added you on Insta. I just added you.
But I'm gonna.
Okay,
I'll
all right.
send you his profile,
Yeah.
Tim. I'll send you his
Okay.
profile because as I said, he's just got his new show out. So I will send it across to you as well.
Okay. Congratulations, man.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. But Tim, there's always love and respect from me, so I definitely appreciate it. In fact, I'm not going to say too much. Okay, so I was going, because everyone, and the thing is that as we've shown you love, lots of other people keep showing you love and stuff. So so definitely. Anyway, Tim, so
I appreciate it, man. I love you back too, man. You like my brother, man. I love that, man.
Yeah,
I see you, man. You're doing big things now, man. I love it. I love it, man. You know what I mean? I love it, man. You guys continue to keep doing it, man.
Definitely will.
Keep shining, man. You're doing good, man. All right.
All right, Tim.
All right, man. I'll see you later, man. All right.
Peace, man.
All
Peace.
right.
Okay.
Take
Peace.
it. Okay. Yeah. So definitely sending a shout out to Tim. Okay. Yes. So, I mean, how was it for you just being able to?
Listen, I'm fulfilled, man. I got to ask some questions about things. Hopefully, as Tim says, he'll send me a little snippet of it or whatever, and I can hear Malibu Dre for the first time. Because that's something I've been waiting for like 25, 26 years to hear. So, just want to hear that. And it's good talking to him. And like I said, it's good to talk to someone who has done it at the highest level and talk to them as a student, because I'm such a music fan.
I can tell.
Yeah, I can never talk to any of these people like a peer. Like I'm just like there's things I know and I can geek out on and ask questions with a certain level of, because there's some things that he was like, how did you know that? But I want to ask questions. Also, I want to shut up and hear him think, because part of our, instinctively, we want to jump in and show how much we know. I mean, I'm talking about me personally. And actually, part of the trick is just laying back and just letting the person share their thing and not to jump in, even though you want to and you want to be like, I know this. But no, it's really, really good, man. And I appreciate you. Because you were super gracious and just saying like, look, come and listen to Tim, and that's really kind of you, man. Because like these are your people, and to have that, to benefit from that, I really appreciate it. So it's good, man. I appreciate it. Yeah.
Well, next time we hear from Rodney, Dark Child, I'll get you back in. So
I'd love to, man. I'd love to. And we've obviously got to link up and do I think you wanted to do we want to do something on a certain album. But when we find a date for that, we'll think it. I was listening to that particular album that we're gonna do the other day, and it's an amazing album, R&B album. When time permits, we'll jump on and do that, man.
Yeah, we'll definitely do. So guys, we always appreciate you guys, and if it felt a little cloak and dagger today, it's just because I wasn't, Tim is, he spent 2.5 hours, but he's traveling, he's producing, he's got shows, and he just says, okay, I'll give you the time. And so I wasn't 100% sure. That's why I had to hold off until we were prepared. And so he came on. Kenji was also here just to be able to add the fans' perspective. So we appreciate everyone. So we will definitely catch you later. But for those who hadn't watched the episode on Chronic 2001, please go back and watch that. If we do get to hear Malibu Dre, we will come back on to review and give you the ins and outs of what we think about the track. Okay.
Sure.
All right, guys.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for being a part of Halftime Chat. Please remember to subscribe, share, and comment. But most importantly, why don't you become a member of Halftime Chat? We've got amazing videos, amazing perks, and being able to support the channel. But anyway, thanks for watching. Take care.
I never participated in that category.
And somewhere in between
us for even loving us, on which I didn't miss you with.